Wait a minute, is it possible that these crystallization of thoughts assembling together produce the so-called mind wedge? Xian, what the hell is this guy doing? He's been so distracted since a while ago. As a result, I have to respond to the attack and cover for him. If we continue to fight, I'm afraid that our battle power will become more and more disparate. He's really going to get us killed this time. Xian? This state Xian is in. Mind with a single thought, spirit filled with determination, did he rely on his unyielding will to seal his last thought before his soul was incinerated by the mental fire? He doesn't have the inheritance of the desire for thinking branch, so how did he achieve such a feat? You are attacking but not defending, using such a desperate method of fighting like there is no tomorrow. Before you locked your thoughts, did you figure out that this king is not going to kill you? Naive. Tainted body by touch, smell spirit extinguisher. 6 desires transformation style, soul binding by the inner demons. If you were a normal person, the mental fire that have been built up in your body would burn your divine soul out in a matter of moments. But since you have the ability to seal your spirit and lock your mind, this king can wait until the moment when your will get burned, and then infiltrate your will. This will save me the effort of slowly wearing you down. And until then, time to concentrate on this troublesome one. Everlasting dominating fist, enhanced spirit nurturing technique, flowery primordial spirit, true art of Mara, divine impact of Zen, summon Chinger. Support Chin Shinsi. Just now, Xian looked like he had been poisoned, and I didn't know if he could cure himself by relying on the finger of Nirvana. For now, I could only look after myself and see if I could grab a chance to help him out. Let's deal with this difficult demon hand first. And then deal with you. Shape-changing. Myriad transformation demonic body? When did he? Oh no, I can't avoid it. Xian? Husband? What are you doing? Desperately fighting to the death, but only to bear all the damage of the mental fire. So that's the case. You think that your will is tough, so you use your body as a shield before the last thought is erased. And on behalf of Chin Shinsi you want to resist all tricks of the desire for thinking branch? Such affection is beyond this king expectations. In this case, this king will fulfill you. First, I will crush the last wisp of your thought into dust, and after infiltrating the mind wedge, I'll go and deal with Chin Shinsi. What the hell is wrong with this Xian? What happened a moment ago is one thing, but now he's not even dodging, and is fighting in such a reckless manner. Is he trying to take his opponent down with him? Damn it! Damn it! This kid is crazy. Chin Shinsi, if you don't want to be buried with Xian, then quickly find another way out. He is helpless. This voice is Su Min? Desire for thinking, 1,000 jets of fire. Secret of joy technique, shield shrouded by dancing butterflies. Husband, wake up, stop fooling around. If you keep attacking and not defending, your injuries will accumulate and you'll die soon. Damn it, the desire for thinking fire is greatly restraining me. Just by taking a casual strike, it hurt my body, and now Xian is in this state. What should I do next? It's useless. GEE practice of a cultivation method had a problem. Only then was he being taken over by Yi Dao Qi. This kid must have practiced the same cultivation method, so he was targeted by Yi Dao Qi desire for thinking soul refining. Now this kid, all thoughts become ashes except for a locked wisp of thought. There is nothing in his consciousness. Even if you are still regarded as a companion, there is no possibility of any response. Instead of wasting time on him, why not find a way to break through the fantasy realm in front of you? Just now I have told you the secret of the three soul heart locks. This heaven and earth is equivalent to the manifestation of Yi Dao Chi's heart locks, which is his greatest weakness. Yi Dao Chi is proud and arrogant, in order to subdue you, deliberately suppressing his realm to the innate third layer in this fantasy realm, but this is our chance. The easiest way is to release the Dao rhyme of the innate fourth layer. No need to use any tricks, you can melt this place into nothingness like snow melting ice. Unfortunately, the old man is just a remnant soul and cannot release Dao rhyme. This place is self-contained, and it is impossible to imprint a Dao rhyme breath from the outside world. No matter how talented you are, even if you are only 1 foot away from the innate fourth layer, you can only go out to advance. And here, your cultivation will be locked at the innate third layer. Anyway, the other way is a more troublesome. This old man has already found the weakest point in this place. As long as you have a hidden trump card that can increase the destructive power in an instant to be comparable to the innate fourth layer power, and you listening to this old man command, with only 1 strike, you can have at least a 50% chance to break this one thought blockade. This old man can see that you and Xie Yan, the both of you are very shrewd, and it's impossible not to have any left trump cards. Right now, Xie Yan can still hold back Yi Dao. Hi, if you want to turn things around with a hidden trick, now is the only chance to do so. Vice Sec Master Su, you have overestimated me. In terms of pure destructive power, I am afraid that my husband is even more stronger than me. Moreover, these kind of realm breakthrough are very costly, and it's hard to adapt to the changes, and with not much efficiency. Besides, I don't think Yi Dao Chi will give me this opportunity. It would be better for Vice Sec Master Su to think of a way to help me wake up my husband. If husband and I joined forces, we might have a chance. Foolishness. If we don't break this fantasy realm, there's no way this kid will come to his senses, and hoping for him to do so is not possible. So don't hope he would, Chin Shinsi. Now he can still hold on to his thoughts for your sake, but when his last defense is breached, he will do whatever Yi Dao Chi tells him to do, and then you and I will be doomed. For me? They are all the same type of men. I still don't know what Xie Yan's plan is. He's probably just pretending to be out of control and risking his life for defending me, and using this as pretext in order to sell me a favor. This guy, he has been fooling around since he entered the heavenly cave, but earlier is different than now. Don't tell me that he can't even judge the severity of the situation. Or is there really something wrong with his divine soul? Husband? Husband, if you can hear Shinsi's words, don't continue. Come back to your senses, let's do it together. Xie Yan, you. Finger of Nirvana. Finger of Nirvana? Master had said that this move was nearly divine in its effectiveness, and the cost was probably not small. Since entering the heavenly cave, regardless of the severity of his injuries, Xie Yan had been reluctant to use it. But why did he use it on me repeatedly? If I were in the same place, Shinsi would not have gone to this length to sell a little favor. So you've really lost all thoughts and can't think about anything? If so, then what is that one wisp of thought that remains in the bottom of your heart? Are you betting on me using your own life and body, thinking that I still have a method to break us out of this situation? Or maybe you didn't think about anything, just purely for me? Bastard, making decisions without a single word, without even thinking about discussing them with anyone? You are doing things your own way, and can't be reasoned with. If there is a way for me to leave alone, you deserve to be left here alone. But if it is no longer possible, in that case I can only follow Xie Yan's way of gambling with his life. The Mo Ching sect must not lose both me and Xie Yan at the same time, and with the resurrection of Yi Dao Chi, there is a hidden threat within the Xin Mo sect, and someone needs to bring information back to the sect. Xie Yan's state at this time, no matter how many cards he has, he can't use them, so I can only do it. Su Min's so-called method of attacking the weak point. Yi Dao Chi is not a fool. He will definitely focus on guarding that weak point. Even with 3 or 5 strikes I might not be able to have a real hit. But even with those powerful tricks, my vitality will be severely injured after one use. How can I have any energy left for the second one, or even the third? That's the only way to go now, but even though I have been preparing for this for many years, the time I've had to use the Tao Harmony Room this time is so short that the solution I've deduced is not mature at all, and once I would have implemented it, it is very likely that there will be no way back. If only my master were here, she could help me improve it with her understanding. By the way, Master, if I am unable to return safely, Master will have to face the clan's trouble and the storms of the martial world alone. Then who will be there too? Yes, Cian. Mental fire effect of burning the heart is far better than burning the body. But even though your body is already in a state of disrepair, your last thought is still intact, so it seems that there was a misjudgment before. But it does not matter. Wait for this king to search your soul and your thought, and then I will be able to see the scene in the depths of your divine soul. Is Qin Shinzi gathering her true qi? Such a way of circulating qi, the move that she is making is certainly not ordinary. But at this distance, could it be that this move is not aimed at this king or Xie Yan, but the fantasy realm itself? Attacking the fantasy realm itself with a destructive force beyond her original realm, how did she know that this method would work? Yes, according to the character of that old fox Su Min, he would not be willing to be buried with Xie Yan, so he must have changed his place and attached himself to Qin Shinzi to inform her of this place's secret. Ridiculous. Since this king dares to perform this method while being in the innate realm third layer, how could I not guard against your life-threatening attacks? From the very beginning, this king had hidden the weak point of the fantasy realm in this body. What Su Min could discover was only the bait given by me. This king will wait for you to use this move, so that when the move you bet on be without any result, the thoughts in your heart will soften, and I'll take the opportunity to make the mind wedge infiltrate, saving me a lot of work and time. What are you doing? Why don't you discuss it with me? Don't waste your cards. Your current position is way too far from the weak spot. Don't you see that Yi Dao Qi didn't come to stop you at all? Washing and refining demonic birth of the lunar body. This? How can that be? Magical dignified beauty, you are a genius. You are the most powerful genius I have ever seen. It is good. Very good. This time it is very likely that the seal will be broken. Once this place collapses, Yi Dao Qi's divine soul will be injured, and he will be unable to pursue for a moment, and escaping the secret realm will be easy. Why is this old man's soul dissolving? The remnant soul of the inner demon, attached to the source of the host body, and no matter how the host's true qi is stirred up, it will not affect the old man. Is it possible that even the source of the soul will be damaged when this move is used? No. Qin Shinzi, don't. The old man is unwilling to die. Extension, split open. This is not a move that destructive power above one's realm. Dao Rhyme has really turned into the innate fourth layer. How could she break through and improve her realm in between one thought of this king? Not good. The third layer's suppressed realm of between one thought is unable to bear this Dao Rhyme breath. It must be opened immediately. Qin Shinzi couldn't possibly be the same as Xie Yan in lowering her realm and pretending to appear as an innate third layer. But this kind of cultivation method that does not rely on the outside world to raise the Dao Rhyme out of thin air is also unheard of in the inheritance of the 9 demonic sects. Although it was my underestimation of the enemy that actually caused this breach, but this unprecedented method can open up new possibilities. I thought she was just a piece of rough jade, but unexpectedly, she is already so worthy. I have miscalculated this situation. Unfortunately, such a great talent cannot be used by this king. I succeeded. But in the end, I still lost the bet. Master, it turns out that Shinzi is not as strong as she thought she was. It's done. Although Mara's true chi within the golden pill is exhausted, I have finally understood some of the cultivation principles of the desire for thinking branch. When I return to reality, I can input the incomplete desire for thinking into the system. But my wounds are a lot less severe than expected. In fact, they are nearly healed. Did I happen to use the finger of Nirvana near the end of the fight? But the flowery true chi hasn't been replenished, so it is unlikely to be the finger of Nirvana's effects. Is this the Vixen's flowery tune? And how come the fantasy realm is like this? Where is Dao Chi? Did the bitch really win? My dear has finally woken up. Any later, and I am afraid Shinzi wouldn't have been able to sustain. The beautiful woman's voice? This. My lady, how did you become like this? And the fantasy realm before us is still. I know exactly what you want to ask. It's just that we are pressed for time right now, so for now, please cast your doubts aside first and listen patiently to everything I have to say. During the time husband had lost his awareness, I destroyed the one moment of thought, and Dao Chi's triple soul lock has collapsed along with it. In order to wait for you to wake up, Shinzi delayed the rate of collapse of this realm with the Dao rhyme of the innate fourth layer. Now that it has reached its limit, you will soon return to reality. Note, previously in the last chapters, it was written as between one thought. This time, you absolutely must not fool around. Once you leave this place, escape from the secret realm of the Dao Harmony Room at the first chance. Don't hesitate, don't stay, and don't waste this chance I gave you with great difficulty. Don't worry, my lady, I am not so reckless that I am unaware of the situation. Once the fantasy realm is undone, you and I will rush out together. If you really knew the gravity of this situation, you wouldn't end up in such a mess. However, I have never doubted your self-preservation skills. Once you escape from the Dao Harmony secret realm, the heavenly cave is vast and Dao Chi can never hope to capture you. Once you return to the sect after the great gathering of the 9 sects, immediately report to Master about this matter. Since Dao Chi cannot dispose of you, he is sure to seize the next opportunity. Now that Su Min is already dead, once Dao Chi returns to the XINMO sect, he will use Yu's feud as a pretext, and play the role of a grieving father to provoke Yuan Sheng into directing all their power and invade the Mo Qing sect for retribution. Once the war begins, even if you spread the truth everywhere, it will only be seen as a dirty ruse on the part of the Mo Qing sect. Yuan Sheng is a martial fanatic, so I doubt that his trust in Gee could be shaken by mere rumor. For now, I don't know how to deal with this situation, nor do I have a good plan. But my dear, you must inform my master about all the stakes. Although it is not obvious, but Master is actually capable of seeing through the chaos and discerning the best plan to counter. The same way for this situation, and also the same for people's hearts. This is why Master trusts you even though she is perfectly aware that you, my dear, are not the real Cian. The difference in the disposition you displayed back then and now is too great. Do you seriously think I am blind? The slow and dim-witted Cian I had brought to the Mo Qing sect certainly cannot be my husband, who is a man of outstanding talent and eloquence. Secondly, it is impossible for you to go out of your way and pretend to be a commoner for over a decade without the slightest flaw in your background details. If my guess is correct, you must be someone who reincarnated into this body, just like Dao Chi. Regarding your origin, I had once discussed many possibilities with Master, but she did not believe any of them. Master has always judged people by their actions and not their thoughts. Even to the extent that she reckons you to be a future pillar of the Mo Qing sect. However, I couldn't bring myself to do the same. I have always been skeptical of you, wary of you, and I have wholeheartedly sought to regain control over you because I couldn't accept any uncertainties. But ultimately, I still believed my master's judgment because she deemed you to be a trustworthy person. I never once tried to find out my husband's origins. Because Master trusts you, Shinzi has taken this gamble. If you ever abandon Master or the sect, my lady, your body? Husband, I want you to promise me. No matter what happens in the future, as long as neither master nor the sect has betrayed you, you must never betray them, and more importantly, never betray master even if the Mo Ching sect becomes a dangerous place. Even if you are forced to abandon your principles for personal safety, at the very least, you must protect master. My lady, your words are really ominous. I am confused by you. Swear. I have saved your life even though you've been so impulsive this entire time. Okay. I swear that no matter what happens in the future, I will never abandon the sect, and more importantly, I will never betray Miss Matriarch's trust. Humph, in the end, it is not the same as the great inner demon oath, since it cannot bind my husband to anything. But if you can't even promise me this much, then I am paying dearly this time. My dear has already promised to handle the internal and external affairs of the sect. I will also entrust you with the care of Li Fengjiao, and you are you as well. Fengjiao is sentimental, but not weak. Just give her some time, and she will come to accept everything. I request you to take my place and watch over her for a while, so that she will not foolishly rush towards the XINMO sect out of vengeance. As far as you is concerned, that girl has no talent for martial arts. Even as a child, she has always been by my side. She knows nothing of the perils of the world of martial arts, nor does she possess the means to defend herself. My dear, I request you to accept her into your house as your servant girl. If you do not like her, you may seek a good family for her to marry into. Strange. Why is this coquettish girl talking as if she is dictating her last will? My lady, what are you talking about? Could it be that you want to play the self-sacrifice charade again? Once is enough, a second time is rather excessive. I did not want you to look at this state of mind. However, it is rare to see this expression on my dear, so this is rather amusing. No need, it is futile. Don't you remember? Although you had lost your awareness, you still maintained the thought of using the finger of Nirvana to heal me. While healing your wounds and using the flowery tomb to stabilize my soul, Shinxi had already received this move. My trump card is the demonic birth of the lunar body, which manifested after combining the maiden scripture and the secret of joy technique during the Tao harmony anointment. The moon alone shines for eternity, and its significance courses across the past, present, and the future. Using this concept, I can borrow power from my future self in exchange for my lifespan. Although, because this move is a rough creation, it is not very useful in actual combat. It is even harder to use it continuously, but using a Tao rhyme higher by one layer was enough to get rid of this fantasy realm. Although your finger of Nirvana is a divine technique, it is not a heaven-defying ability that can improve one's lifespan. Originally, I thought that with my talent, even if I could borrow one layer, I may not consume my entire lifespan. Regrettably, this move was not polished, so I couldn't control myself. I can only watch hopelessly as my lifespan is rapidly ebbing away. But now the matter has come to this, it is pointless to regret, so my dear, treat this as my unwavering sacrifice. In the future, no matter how many of your girlfriends are prepared to do this sort of thing for you, I have already snatched their lead. Husband, do you still want my beauty chi? I had approached Master and the Inheritance Elder in order to inquire about the finger of flowery swords. I finally understood why I couldn't provide you with my beauty chi. It turns out that the beauty chi needed to manifest the flowery primordial spirit must come from the purest and most immaculate affections. My love for you was full of schemes and uncertainties. My dear, for a long time, I believed that you and I are of the same kind, always calculating in our hearts and feeling awkward about speaking our true feelings. But ever since entering the heavenly cave, your words and actions made me feel that maybe I was mistaken about you. Perhaps what is in your heart isn't only gains and losses, but also, I have to admit, at one point, maybe my heart was actually moved. Moreover, I am about to die, and I don't want to scheme anything anymore. It is too exhausting, too exhausting. My dear, promise me that you will refine my flowery primordial spirit, even if it can't advance in the future, and even if it cannot compare with your other primordial spirits. Husband trump cards are so many, so one inferior primordial spirit probably wouldn't make much of a difference. TL note, for more details reread CH 272, and here. She is talking about the difference between LV5 and LV6 of FOFs. But I can't help it, I am a selfish woman and this is my final demand. I just want this world to have a proof of my existence. Many years later, when my husband reaches the zenith, at least my primordial spirit will continue to exist and make everyone know about what kind of a person I, the magical dignified beauty Chin Shinsi, really was. Although I will no longer be there to witness it. I still have so much unfinished work to do. Serve my master with filial piety, make the Mo Ching sect the first-ranked demonic sect, achieve the heavenly realm. So much left to do. Alas, there isn't enough time. Husband, was my performance just now very touching? Good, my husband is shedding tears. Looks like I win this game. Husband, run, run, you must leave. My lady. Did you expect me to believe you are dead? Did you think I wouldn't notice if you're hiding within me in your true chi form? I hadn't noticed before because I was distracted and unprepared, but now I know that you possess this ability. With my absolute control over my body, how can I? I really can't detect it. My lady, your metamorphosis technique is amazing, you should teach me sometime. Let's not waste any more time. I have already replenished my flowery true chi, you can come out now, finger of nirvana. These sounds. The butterfly wings have returned. This bitch really thinks she can sneak up on me. Once more? This is beauty chi? Beautiful girl, is she really? Although I don't know how Chin Shinsi managed to ascend to the innate fourth layer, within the fantasy realm that was isolated from the world, but sure enough, she couldn't pay the price needed for such a heaven-defying move. A marvelous prodigy, an unprecedented move. Gone, disappeared just like that. But what's more pitiful is that you missed your chance to escape from this place within the instant my seal was broken, making Chin Shinsi's death a meaningless joke. But she is dead, and your will has been shattered. Now the mental peg has taken root in you, and my purpose is complete. I will spare you a moment of mourning, and wait until all feelings are dispelled. Only the thought of serving me will remain in your mind. Note, it was called Mind Wedge. This is the mental peg? Why didn't it take root within Cian? Could it be that with all this events, including Chin Shinsi's death, his will has not been affected? But he doesn't have the desire for thinking branch, so how did he intercept it with his true chi? Blah, 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 I am so fed up with your constant nagging. Since you are so eager to control me, why don't we just make a big bet? 10 punches. Without dodging or evading, if you can take 10 punches from me, I will give up all resistance and surrender my mind at your disposal. Dao Chi, this agreement of 10 punches. Do you accept? Without dodging or evading and taking 10 punches from you? Did you become insane because of how much you are sorrowful? What makes you think that this king will agree to your absurd request? With the mental peg in your hand that cannot be planted. Using this much time in reality and the fantasy realm to wear us down, yet without any result. Unless I'm willing to open up my mind defenses, do you have any other way you can achieve your goal? If you only wanted to kill me, you could have done so at any time. But after taking so much trouble and getting nothing in the end, would you be willing to leave it at that? Or are you saying that the former patriarch of the dignified XINMO sect doesn't even dare to take this insignificant and 8-second layer fist? No distracting thoughts, clear mind, interesting. Does this cunning boy really want to make this bet? This is really a poor way to provoke people. In order to avenge Chin Shinsi, this is the only method you can think of? Betting everything on these last 10 punches, as long as this king doesn't dodge or evade, you think you have a chance to kill me? Okay, this king will accept this 10 punches contract. Chin Shinsi put her life on the line and broke one moment of thought. Now, I would like to see how far and which degree this trump card that makes you bet your mind and divine soul on can achieve. If that's the case, then you have to look carefully. To receive my everlasting dominating fist. This is, am I in midair? Myriad transformation demonic body is disintegrating, this king is injured? How is that possible? An innate second layer move? Just one punch has this kind of power? No, if I don't take this move with full defense, the 3-soul heart lock will be broken. Once again, this king has underestimated the enemy, this guy Xie. He really can't be judged by the ordinary innate second or third layer, but where is Yan Xie? Using this kind of power, could it be that he has already above this move again? And Xie was unharmed? Did this move cost nothing? Should I dodge it? No, it's not hard to dodge this move, but the 10 punches contract has been made. There is no need to add other variables. With this short time, it's enough for this king to retrieve all the myriad transformation demonic body around. The power of a single punch destroys the heavens and the earth, and such destructive power is one of the best among the moves of the innate 4th layer. But with this guy's realm, using a move like this one, which is beyond his level, he can only deal 20% more damage to the enemy than to himself. As I thought, it's indeed the wearing of one's figure to bones and crumbling of one's corporeal body. This is precisely the unique style of the body forging technique, which shatters the way of liberation by decapitation and massacres life and death. So how can he still? Next, it's time for the 3rd punch. A healing technique of inversion and rebirth, and a fighting technique of self-destructive outbursts, so this is Yan Xie's real trump card. But such extreme methods will not last, the 10 fists contract. I see, this king understands what he wants. It's just that Xie every blow is on the line of life and death. And if this king were to stop him, a slight mistake could cost him his life. It's been a long time since I've been hurt so badly. Although this move of his is powerful, it is quite restrictive. If it is a normal fight, this king has countless ways to break it, and can even do it unharmed, but now I can only take it hard. Fight back and he'll die. Let this king lose first-class merit. Don't fight back and this king will keep getting beaten. This Xie is truly a good schemer. Note how I understood it. He wouldn't be able to get a genius like Xie. This 10 punches contract without evading or dodging is really putting this king on the fire. If these 10 punches could be swung in one breath, this king wouldn't dare to continue playing with you without dodging. Unfortunately, the gap between each punch is too long, giving the myriad transformation demonic body enough time to recover. You're doing useless work after all, Xie. 4th punch. 5th punch. 6th punch. 7th punch. 8th punch. 9th punch. 10th punch. The power of this move is enough to shake the divine soul. If it were not for the time needed for regeneration, I am not sure I can hold the last 3-soul heart lock. But this 10th punch, before the fist arrived, the momentum decreased, and it couldn't even repel me. It seems that you have finally exhausted all of your tricks and are no longer able to resist. This is your plan, isn't it? You made a 10-punch pact because you can only throw 10 punches. When exhausting your methods and exhausting your recovery method, you plan to kill yourself with the last blow so that this king will get nothing? Childish. All I need to do is to wait until the moment when you yourself run out of strength. Now that myriad transformation demonic body has entered your body and assimilated your flesh and blood, you no longer have the means to recover yourself and break free from its control, let alone use self-destructive moves. There is no external cure and no power to resist inside. As long as this king does not allow it, you are not allowed to die. Still, you've seen right through me, for the sake of my desperation. Can you answer my last question? I want to know, in the end, where did you first possess GEE? Is it in this secret area of Tao harmony, or when GEE just entered the heavenly cave? Didn't this king make it clear before that it was clearly the latter? GEE has a Tao mark that attracts this king, and as long as he steps into original demon heavenly cave, whether he comes here or not, he will not be able to escape this king's possession. Oh, I didn't expect that you were still worrying about GEE in the end. It's really a father and son love. But what's the use of this? Laughing. Why are you laughing? I am laughing because some people think they have everything under control, but they don't realize that they are doomed from the start and will only get a beating for nothing. As promised, my divine soul is now completely defenseless. Planting the mental peg can be done anytime you want, but you'll have to move fast enough to pretend you made it for once before I fade away completely. How is this possible? Your flesh has clearly been repaired, so why is it disintegrating again? Out of the question, I can't lose such first-rank talent like him. Myriad transformation demonic body, fill Xian's flesh and blood. Before I threw my last punch, Finger of Nirvana had already depleted my lifespan. Dao Qi, no matter how talented you are, can you go against the sky and change my fate and extend my life? I thought I'd risk my life to at least see this guy's soul scattered, but it seems now that I underestimated him. If the beautiful girl saw this scene, she would have scolded me for being presumptuous and foolish again, wouldn't she? But don't you see? You are a ridiculous, wretched fool who has been teased by the younger generation, who can get nothing and can't do anything. Even if the person who will die is me, it wouldn't change the fact that you were defeated. Not just this time. Next time, when we meet again, compared to what you lost now, I will make you have a complete loss. You. Damn it, ah. The user's death has been detected, the life simulation has ended, the user consciousness is returning to the checkpoint established in reality. Consciousness return has been successful, system had restarted. Life simulation consumption is being settled. This is Mo Ching sect? The life simulation is over, and I'm back before the great gathering of the 9 sects started? My lady's beauty Chi is gone. Not leaving yet, what are you waiting for? Husband, you. Shinxi, do you think we will be able to find each other when we enter the heavenly cave later? If so. Xia Yan. Why are you making that face? It's nothing, it's just that I feel that my lady is beautiful and attractive today, so I couldn't help but look at her a little more. But the look on your face is clearly. I am grateful for your praise, for it is rare that such words are more pleasant to the ears than the usual sweet words. The great gathering of the 9 sects is not like the usual disputes in the martial arts world, so be careful yourself, my husband. Feng Yang, let's go first. There is no rush to talk to the beautiful girl first. The more words that are spoken, the more likely that it will change her actions in the heavenly cave. If it deviates from the life simulation, it will only add variables to the follow-up plan. This evolution of life is all about exploring and looking for mistakes, leaving aside this sudden and unexpected disaster of Dao Qi. If there is anything that I gained, it is probably only the 4th grade Tao harmony room and the beauty Qi of the beautiful woman. Indeed, I never expected to see the true heart of the alluring girl in that type of situation. In the end, it is only a chance of experiencing a chain of cause and effect within the life simulation, but it can't be repeated. For now, let's focus on solving the big trouble in front of me. Life simulation entered cool-down period. The consumption settlement is completed. Remaining origin points, 0.00000. The system function is finally back. This life simulation is really an origin points drain. Furthermore, it also burns out my previous inventory of more than 10,000. Although this life simulation effect is going against the sky, it's not only not expensive, but probably even cheaper, Although this life simulation effect is going against the sky, it's not only not expensive, but probably even cheaper, but how come the origin points return exactly to 0? Is there such a coincidence? I always feel that your bill calculation are not clear. You're playing around with it. Do you dare to pull me a detailed account to check it? However, the desire for the branch cultivation method that have been harvested in the life simulation have been well preserved. Although it is a fragment, it can also be deduced through the system. Unfortunately, there is no origin points at the moment. I can only hope and rely on the Tao Harmony anointment to solve this problem. Skill input successful skill name, mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires desire for thought branch, incomplete, skill introduction, after the user's death-defying act. The 6 desires golden pill has automatically evolved due to the constant destruction inflicted by Dao Chi's mental fire, using Mara's true chi to transform the fire of the desire for thought, and then deducing the desire for thought branch's underlying structure. When cultivated to its fullest extent, the user can take a glimpse of the subtleties of the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires desire for thought branch. Current level, not started. Damn, the system does not leave me a few hundred points. At least let me go to a small world wants to harvest origin points. After the origin points were cleared, the supply will not be available in a short period of time. Just like the life emulation, Finger of Nirvana can only be used by lifespan. It's still quite dangerous to deal with Dao Chi. In this case, asking the sect for help. No, regardless of the fact that I simply cannot explain how I know so much, even if Sister Matriarch believes everything I say, the Mo Ching sect has no special method to meet in the heavenly cave. What's more, the matter of dealing with Dao Chi is ultimately dangerous, and the loss of any of the innate experts will have a huge impact on the sect. In case the siege isn't successful, in turn, it will make the Mo Ching sect the first target of Dao Chi's revenge. The gains outweigh the losses, but the problem of Dao Chi cannot be avoided. I have too many secrets and flaws in front of GEE. Dao Chi has no interference from the mind wedge. He would still be on my back eventually once he succeeded in taking over the body. When he leaves the heavenly cave and recovers his realm, it will only be more dangerous than in the life simulation. I need a lot of cannon fodder against Dao Chi, and the kind of cannon fodder that doesn't hurt me and I won't care about when they die. Before the end of the life simulation, I have thought of a way to deal with him. The return of the origin points to 0 does not have a big impact on the plan. After entering the heavenly cave, I should first act according to the plan, at most be more cautious. It was quite interesting to see Xie Yan's face change, except for that final expression, as if he had made up his mind of some sort. I don't know what he has in mind, but I hope everything goes well. Exactly the same as the starting point where I came in the simulation world, which is great. Now I feel more confident. Next, let me make good use of the information I have received in the life simulation and play around in this original demon heavenly cave. Huh? Chinger? Woo woo woo, my lord, it's a horrible feeling to have your whole body shattered little by little, and the lawfully wedded wife died so tragically. She was so desperate wanting you to live. It's okay, that's all fake. Nothing has happened in reality yet. Chinger, don't be afraid, just think of it as watching a movie. My lord must not let that bad guy off. If he is allowed to get out of here, it will certainly be unfavorable to my lord. Don't worry, this time the hunter has become the prey, and once I'm ready, it will be your lord's turn to play with that guy in the palm of my hand. Primary teleportation magic. Half an hour later, my lord, didn't you say you were going to play that guy in the palm of your hand? But after being teleported here, why did my lord sit still here? By the way, isn't this the place where my lord met the lawfully wedded wife before? But at this time, the lawfully wedded wife shouldn't be here yet, right? Of course. Not just her, the heavenly cave had just opened and everyone are looking for a needle in a haystack to find the entrance to the Tao Harmony room, just like your lord was at that time. As for dealing with Dao Chi, what's the hurry? There's still plenty of time, and this time the enemy is in the light and I'm in the dark, so naturally we have to make a good layout. At least now, it is certain that the land of the heavenly cave that I have set foot on in the life simulation also belongs to a place that have been visited, and can be reached in an instant using primary teleportation magic. It's just that the heavenly cave laws are more powerful after all, and the most that teleportation magic can do is to reach outside the entrance to the secret realm of the Tao Harmony, but not directly into it. In this way, is it possible that every secret realm of the Tao Harmony is a small world that cannot be crossed? But it's enough to confirm that teleportation magic can be used to instantly go to the entrance of the Tao Harmony room that I have set foot on in the life simulation. The next step is the most crucial one. In order to defeat Yi Dao Qi, the 4th grade Tao Harmony Room anointment is very important to make a breakthrough, but to get this opportunity, the key is not whether someone will snatch it later, but before that. Before the opening of the heavenly cave, Yi Dao Qi's demonic thoughts had been living on the puppet, and when Gee found me, Yi Dao Qi had already possessed him. So at this point in time, where is Yi Dao Qi's demonic thoughts? If it is still in the secret territory, then I would undoubtedly be a sheep in a tiger's mouth by diving in, but previously, Yi Dao Qi had said himself that he had been attracted to the Tao mark in Gee Divine Soul. After the latter setting foot in the heavenly cave, Yi Dao Qi then left the secret realm of Tao Harmony to seize Gee's body. There was no reason for Yi Dao Qi to lie about this matter, which was a foregone conclusion. With Gee's share, he will be the first to enter the heavenly cave and will never delay a minute. To be cautious, I have waited for half an hour. No matter how you look at it, there is a high probability that Yi Dao Qi is not in the secret realm of Tao Harmony. Chinger, act according to what was just explained. Yes, Sir Ku. Good, looks like the right bet this time. My lord, this puppet is just like the one seen in the life simulation. It doesn't move at all. Even if Chinger pecks it, it doesn't react at all. I saw it. In that case, the demonic thoughts of Yi Dao Qi have left the puppet and gone forward to possess Gee. Now the question is, it's not impossible that Yi Dao Qi could control this puppet remotely by some method. It's just that, if he can use this puppet as his eyes and ears, then at this moment that I have been standing here for a long time, the system must more or less provided me with some origin points of surprise, right? Desire for sight visualization, no matter what methods Yi Dao Qi has, the change in his own emotions cannot be skipped. As long as there is no system prompt, it means that Yi Dao Qi does not know that I have stepped into this place. But just to be on the safe side, it's a good idea to take extra precautions. Chinger, you fly straight back to the edge of the cliff from which we came in the simulation world, stand guard there and use every method you can think of to distract anyone who might approach the cliff, so that they have no time to notice the golden light in the clouds. If the other party decides to come here, you will wake me up through the consciousness link. Ku, Chinger got it, and promised to complete the task. Next, it is a must to race against time to seize the original demon epiphany. Very good. At the cost of the 6 desires golden pill being digested at the beginning, my true art of Mara finally broke through the unknown bottleneck and was promoted to LV5. Although the desire for thought branch was only a fragment, but under the original demon epiphany anointment, it also got supplemented to a complete one, but it seems to be different compared with the version of desire for thought branch mastered by Yi Dao Qi. But it doesn't matter, there is nothing perfect in this world. After all, now I have no origin points at all. It is impossible to use the system function to deduce and fuse cultivation methods before the anointment. It is already a fluke that the original demon epiphany can allow me to integrate the desire for thought branch into the true art of Mara and altogether hitting the bottleneck and succeed. The anointment this time not only used the desire for thought branch to supplement and advance the true art of Mara, but also enhanced the foundation of the true art of Mara, and even the last 3 difficulties of the 8 difficulties demonic technique have been mastered by me in a brand new way. Skill Mastery, True Art of Mara, Current Level LV5, Current Effect, an unparalleled, soul-bound mystical art formed by the amalgamation of the strengths of various demonic arts. This martial art has been reconstructed and forged through the original Demon Epiphany anointment. At its current level, one can feed on emotions of all beings to generate thoughts of fiery intent, which can be used in countless and ingenious ways. Although the Six Desires Gold Pill has been completely refined, now that the true art of Mara has already risen to the innate, its true chi has settled to the innate second layer, but from now on, it has gotten rid of the dependence on external objects and has been able to generate and originate on its own. If it weren't for the fact that the anointment was not yet over, I would have liked to go out and try it right away. However, the time left is far from enough to upgrade the true art of Mara to LV6. Anyway, after breaking through the innate bottleneck, I can already use the origin points to upgrade, so there is no need to continue to waste the original Demon Epiphany. Next, it's time to accelerate the construction of the evil god's primordial spirit. I just don't know whether the primordial spirit will be Miss Yin or Xiao Yao. This appearance is absolutely never expected that after building the evil god's primordial spirit, the flowery true chi directly broke through to the innate third layer. It seems that this technique cannot be judged from an ordinary perspective. The primordial spirit is not the result of the improvement of the realm. Instead, the construction of the primordial spirit serve as background to let the realm get upgraded. Dissipate, current realm, innate third layer, innate second layer, current origin point, 0.00724, skill mastery, finger of flowery swords, current level, LV5, current effect, the beauty gains insight into the Tao. The sword gives rise to the primordial spirit. February 4th. Sure enough, after the breakthrough of the two cultivation methods, one went up and the other went down. They just changed their realms. If I didn't actually feel the enhancement of my skills, I would have really thought I was being scammed. Unfortunately, as before, the two types of true chi could not be converted into each other. If it wasn't for some mysterious power given by the system to isolate the two, I would have gone off the rails by now. A moment ago, I used up a few of the original Demon Epiphany to try making the flowery true chi and Mara true chi harmonize with each other. Unexpectedly, it didn't have any effect at all. So it seems that the system is still better in this regard. The anointment is over. Chinger, come back. Is it over? Chinger watched for a long time, but there was no one outside. I didn't expect the anointment to go so well. Not only did Dao Chi not return, but no one noticed the bright light in the clouds. Now that the first anointment is over, and this place is hidden in the clouds and mist, there is no need to worry about it being occupied. The second original Demon Epiphany will be kept for the beautiful woman. It's just that I don't know where she is now. Nevertheless, the safest thing to do is to wait for her in the secret realm of Tao Harmony when the time comes. My lord, this 4th level Tao Harmony room is so rare, it must be very powerful, right? Have you gotten some new moves? Are they powerful? About that, your lord have just comprehended it. Although I have a rough idea about the changes in my abilities, but as for how strong they are, I haven't yet had the chance to try them out. Wait a minute, isn't this a good target to use? GEE had said that although the puppet would not fight back, but it's also have the strength of an innate 4th layer, and even him would have to take some trouble to solve it. Now that my true chi cultivation has doubled, my physical body constitution has also increased a little bit. In theory, the destructive power of the everlasting dominating fist should be somewhat stronger than before. I'll give it a punch and see. Everlasting dominating fist. It didn't even budge. Are you kidding me? Although it is far from my strongest strike, it's still 70% to 80% of my normal strength, and I can't even break this puppet's defense. But thinking about it carefully, apart from the end of the life simulation, the beautiful woman and I also basically did not hurt the physical body of the Dao Chi in the slightest. This puppet has no fancy tricks, so it makes sense that the chi body shield is strong. Rather, it have to be this hard and strong to able to test the effect of my new moves. Very good, not much different from what I expected at the beginning. The evil god primordial spirit comes from the Shangguan sisters, or rather from the evil god themselves, which is occupied by the Shangguan sisters, and their characteristic are exactly assimilation and erosion. She can pass through the true chi barrier held up by her opponent without hindrance and then merge with her opponent's true chi. Once invaded into the true chi cycle, it automatically begins to assimilate all the true chi it comes into contact with. As long as I have the intention to, all that true chi would dissolve away as if it had never existed. In front of the evil god primordial spirit, any body protection true chi will be useless. Of course, this is for targeting the same realm or lower realm. If the other party's true chi cultivation base is higher than mine, it will not be so simple, but now this puppet doesn't know how to resist, and it's an easy target for the evil god's primordial spirit. And when she attacks with full force, every punch is equivalent to the innate third layer version of Withering of the 100 Flowers. As long as there is no body true chi protection, even if the material of the puppet body of the innate fourth layer is indestructible, but it cannot escape the fate of being completely destroyed from inside out by the several streams of sword true chi from the Withering of 100 Flowers. In terms of sheer destructive power under regular conditions, the Finger of Flowery Swords at the innate third layer is already the strongest among the martial arts I have mastered so far. Everlasting Dominating Fist and True Art of Mara are no match for it. But if I have to talk about destructive power under abnormal conditions, the True Art of Mara at LV5, coordinated with the Everlasting Dominating Fist, is the strongest. Gee, if the battle is stretched out a little longer, then I can't even imagine the picture. I dare to kill anyone. It's a pity that this puppet lacks any divine soul or thoughts of its own. Almost all moves in that combination affect the opponent's consciousness. I can't use its body to test the effects. My lord, I'm back, huh? You have already destroyed the puppet, my lord? My lord, your current appearance is ferocious. This time you can certainly beat that bastard to death. Silly girl, I blew up a guardian puppet that won't fight back, that's all. Moreover, Daochi's mantra of the inner demons of the six desires is at least at LV6, and on top of that, Gee's cultivation base is at the innate fourth layer. All my martial arts are at LV5 at best, and my cultivation base is at the innate 2ND/3 RD layer. How can I clash with him head-on? Daochi suffered losses only because he underestimated the enemy. How can I commit the same mistake? I had acted impulsively before, because I was relying on the life simulation. After returning to reality, I have to be extra cautious, and I cannot afford to behave rashly or drop my guard. Rash behavior, dropping your guard? Isn't that what the lawfully wedded wife commented about you, my lord? Looks like my lord actually took the lawfully wedded wife's remarks to heart. What are you blabbing about? Even without those remarks from that vixen, my usual way of handling matters is to work smart, not work hard. Oh. This time, just watch and learn. I'll make you understand what is known as driving the wolves to devour the tiger. Reap the profits without lifting a finger. Sneaky Chinger Few. After 5 or 6 tries with the teleportation spell, I've finally found the right person. Until my lord arrives, Chinger needs to hide well, so that this bad woman wouldn't find me out. I was wondering why I felt a familiar streaming chi nearby, but it was you, little girl. By the way, how do you find me every time? You didn't do something to me, did you? Yikes. Don't come over here, Chinger still need to complete the task given by my lord, and obtain a proper observation of the surroundings for my lord. It's all right, Chinger, you've done a great job. The synchronized vision information is enough for me to confirm where you are. 2 minutes later, little ghost girl, how long will you pretend to be deaf and dumb? If you don't tell me how you found me, I will. What do you want? I said you were bullying my chinger, and you still felt wronged, but now I've caught you in the act, right? This sound is. Brother, why you? As expected, teleportation magic took effect smoothly. The fact that Chinger was able to bring back memories from the life simulation shows that our connection is much stronger than expected, and now it seems that not only what Chinger see is what I can saw, but even the places she visited are equivalent to the places I have set foot in. Now Mara's true chi can have an unending stream and be transformed into forbidden magic breath. From now on, there is no need to worry about the consumption of this teleportation magic. How did Senior Brother suddenly appear here? I didn't even notice anything. Did you use mantra of formlessness to copy a new technique? Could it be that this little ghost girl is playing the outpost on behalf of my senior brother? What's wrong with that? Isn't your 5 elements escape just the same and have the ability to appear and disappear unpredictably? In addition, everyone can have a unique technique of concealing breath, still. That's my chinger, who has a name and a surname. Don't always call her little ghost girl. Aren't you going to let her out yet? Senior Brother misunderstood. I also like this girl chinger. That's why I want to get close to her every time. For the secret cultivation method, if Senior Brother is cautious and unwilling to speak, then I won't ask you neither about it nor about how you found this place. It's just that instead of looking for opportunities in the heavenly cave, Senior Brother took the time to come looking for me. Senior Brother, are you trying to get me to do something bad with you again? We're fellow conspirators who engage in some perfectly innocent intrigue, so why did you make it sound like something indecent is going on between us? Besides, can't you come up with something a bit nicer? Do you see me as a man that only comes to you when he wishes to concoct some nefarious scheme that should never be exposed? Do you still think I don't know what kind of character you have? If it wasn't something profitable and difficult to work for it alone, you wouldn't have taken the time to come to me. Do you want to say that you pity me for my hard work in finding a Tao harmony room, so you have come to give me a share of that chance? The hidden meaning in your words implement that I am preventing you from finding a Tao harmony room? Well, then I won't waste any more time. I need you to help me make a connection and bring a message to your Vice Taoist Master, Shi Taipu. This is not a difficult task for you, is it? Martial Uncle Shi? It is not difficult to contact fellow disciples with Chong Ling's secret technique. But Senior Brother should never have dealt with this old man, right? What kind of urgent news are there that you need to bring to him in the heavenly cave? It's not much, you just have to tell him. There is someone who wants to arrange to kill Gee in this original demon heavenly cave. If Chong Ling Dao still harbors a grudge over Zhao Shi's death, he would like to invite Vice Taoist Master Shi to join him and help Chong Ling Dao to kill this man to take revenge and wipe out a grudge. Brother Ge, this joke is not funny. Didn't we say we wouldn't waste any more time? You can tell at a glance if I'm joking or not. Even when you are aware of this, you are still trying to talk like that. Now after all this, who exactly is wasting time? Since Senior Brother behaves like this, then this little girl will not beat around the bush and speak directly. Does Senior Brother thinks that no one of my Chong Ling Dao can see through this obvious strategy of driving the tiger to devour the wolf? And yet how can Martial Uncle Shi be easily used by others? That's why I came to find you. The words of an outsider are just words of mischief, but the words of a family member, even if they are unpleasant to the ears, are still words of advice that will clear up the pros and cons as long as you give your consent. I am sure there is always a way to persuade the Vice Taoist Master of your faction. Senior Brother, this is a bit demanding. Although you and I are close brother and sister, this little girl is also a disciple of Chong Ling Dao. How can there be any logic for someone to instigate his own martial uncle to go into a game knowing that he is being used by others? Stop pretending. If Gee were to die, from all people of Chong Ling Dao, Yin Ryu would benefit the most. You should be eager to facilitate this. Senior Brother's words are inexplicable. This little girl is unable to make any sense of the matter. Am I wrong? From the moment you killed Zhao Shi and framed Ge Huayu, the best situation for you would be for both Chonling Dao and the XINMO sect to conclude the matter. Only when Chonling Dao kills the shield you threw up and gets things done, can you completely remove yourself from this matter. Otherwise, once both sides calm down and confront each other, there will always be a time when suspicion will fall on you, the only witness. Before, you kept saying that you wanted to clear up the misunderstanding for me to your Taoist master, but it was just a show for fear of being hated by me. Even if I didn't take the initiative to take the blame at the time, you would have just gone along with it, and then pretend that you have tried your best, but you are powerless to change the sect's decision. Senior brother is worthy of being called a senior brother. The little bit of careful thinking of this little girl is completely clear in front of senior brother eyes, and I can't hide it at all. However, it is only for self-protection, and I beg senior brother not to blame me. Anyway, your intentions do not conflict with my plans, so I did not expose them at the time, and I don't need to blame you now. But now that our interests are aligned again, junior sister must participate in this round, right? Unfortunately, although this little girl would like to see this happen, it is not possible. Why? Senior brother isn't aware. Martial Uncle Shi Taipu has a cautious personality and is a well-known rationalist in the sect. This trip to the heavenly cave is only to seek the anointment of the Tao harmony to make him break through, and he will never waste time participating in a siege situation that is uncertain. Rationalist? Meaning chasing Gee in the heavenly cave for 4 or 5 hours? This woman is full of nonsense. If I hadn't already known Shi Taipu's deeds and life simulation, I would have been deceived by you. But Yin Ryu's decision is not difficult to understand. Although killing Gee is beneficial to her, from her standpoint, there is no need to facilitate this matter within the heavenly cave. Once in the game, she might be ordered by Shi Taipu to join the war together. Looking for one's own safety before anything else is one thing, but the most important point Yin Ryu is worried about is missing the chance of the Tao harmony anointment. When all is said, the fact remains that in the end no one will escape when there are benefits. The matter of Dao Qi is of great importance, and mistakes cannot be made in key links and crucial parts. Anyway, I have plenty of information about the Tao Harmony rooms, so instead of giving it to another sect's disciples, it would be better to trade it for a deal. It's just because things are difficult that your help is needed. Good, as long as you make this happen, I'll share the 3rd grade Tao Harmony room I found with you. I've already resolved the guardian puppet for you, and I can even help protect you for a while. In this way, no matter how much time you spend talking and stirring Shi Taipu, you will not be at a disadvantage. Is this true, senior brother? Naturally true. When you cooperated with your senior brother, did you ever get treated unfairly? Even if there was some obstruction in the past, it is still a matter of the past, and when there are benefits in the future, you will not be left out. These words have a hidden meaning, in addition to the fact that as soon as he start talking earlier, he want to encircle and kill Gee. Is this person saying that even if I see through his cover that he is not Ge Huayu, it will not prevent us from continuing to cooperate? If what he said is true, he is indeed much more generous than Ge Huayu. The conversation up to now, Yin Ryu is not even asking Ge Huayu about the motive of killing Gee. Not even trying to pretend. Is it a tacit statement? She doesn't need to pretend, just want to cooperate. So, it is exactly what I want. Then I would like to thank senior brother in advance. It's just that the Tao Harmony room is so important, it would be bad if others were to discover it. My good senior brother, junior sister also knows a little bit about formations. Why don't we go to the Tao Harmony room first and do some work around it, so that we can be more secure? Come on, put away your petty thoughts. We still have to work together after the great gathering of the 9 sects in the matter of Shilan country. How can I possibly fool you at this time? Time is critical in this game, so help me take care of Shi Taipu first, and I will take you to the Tao Harmony chamber afterwards. Then how should this little girl explain the reason to Martial Uncle Shi? If I tell him Ge Huayu's name, Martial Uncle will think it's a trap. Is it possible that you want to say that it is Xie Yan of the Mo Qing sect that is involved? Is it that complicated? You just need to tell Shi Taipu. The person who invited your Chonling Dao to besiege and kill Gee is exactly Su Min? Chonling Dao's deputy Daoist master Shi Taipu. You said that Su Min found you inside the heavenly cave and asked you to act as a middleman to join hands with my Chonling Dao to kill Gee together? Yes. When I went to the XINMO sect to investigate the death of senior brother Zhao, I met with Su Min at the literary meeting in Hangwang Pavilion when I was passing through Yuzhou. He secretly met with me and talked about Ge Huayu's killing of senior brother Zhao. Su Min said that Gee had taught his son poorly and acted in an overbearing and domineering manner and consider everyone else beneath him, and that there were many people in the sect who do not accept him, but they did not dare to speak out due to Gee's power. The great gathering of the 9 sects is the best opportunity to separate him from his faction and kill him in one fell swoop. TL note, either the author team got this incorrect and they should put you to, otherwise it is a new town near the XINMO sect. This little girl thought that Vice Patriarch Su was just being verbally aggressive. Unexpectedly, he left his demonic breath on my body at that time, and after entering the heavenly cave, he followed my traces and proposed this matter again after finding me. I did not dare to make my own decision, so I have come to ask Martial Uncle for advice. Many people who do not accept him? Humph, I'm afraid that it is only Su Min's own influence that is suffering, right? Su Min and Gee have been at odds for a long time, and this is indeed something that has been spread throughout the demonic sections. If Su Min wants to take this opportunity to kill Gee, it is not entirely impossible. It's just the timing is not right. From the opening of the heavenly cave until now, it's only been over an hour, and unless he is as lucky as I am, that's not enough time for Su Min to find the Dao Harmony Chamber and complete the initiation and contact Yin Ruyu along with it. Could it be that Su Min's grudge against Gee has become so great that he can't even care about the opportunity of the great gathering of the 9 sects? It's not impossible, but something doesn't feel right. Ruyu, do you think this is credible? I'm not experienced enough. I don't know if my judgment is accurate. I'd better listen to my martial uncle. This old man is not testing you, just give your honest opinion. Sure enough, Martial Uncle Shi is still suspicious. Although on the surface he always acts reckless and wild, he is one of the best in the sect when it comes to the depth of scheming and shrewdness. If senior brother wants to set up this game, he should get around this hurdle after all. Right now my words are still flawless. After all, it is impossible for Martial Uncle to really go and confront Su Min, but what should I say next? If this leads to suspicion, will the sect re-evaluate the death of Zhao Shi? This little girl thinks. This is not credible. Not credible? What's your reason? This is a matter of great importance. Logically, in this situation, Su Min should come along with this little girl to meet with Martial Uncle, even if establishing the Great Inner Demon Oath is not too much TL note. It means, to know Su Min's sincerity, he should make that oath for Chonling Dao to believe in him. But now he said that in order to lure Gee, he needs to gather his henchmen, so he had no time to spare to come here, but letting this little girl to pass information between the two parties, even setting a place and asked for us to immediately leave to prepare for an ambush in such haste. It seems that he intends to leave us no time to think about it. Su Min and Gee have been at odds for many years. If you want to successfully lure the enemy, it is not surprising that the arrangement will take time, but what you're worried about is that the two of them are pretending to be at odds, and now that they've come up with this plan, the real target is our Chonling Dao. This little girl is also aware, because of the XINMO sect without end internal struggle for many years. This worry is absurd, but my heart still feels restless. What's more, with Gee's strength, even if Su Min is sincere in his arrangement, how easy is it to kill him? Unless Gee can be lured into a dead end where he has nowhere to escape and blocked by an array, then it will be foolproof. In this great gathering of the 9 sects, the heavens have favored my Chonling Dao, and through the secret method of contact and separate exploration, many disciples have already accomplished their anointment. And the secret realms of Dao harmony they have found are rich in yin qi and suitable for my Chong Ling Dao to arrange a battle array for an ambush. If arranging a battle array for an ambush could be done in those places, once the enemy enter, he will be trapped and killed, and can be blocked and can't escape. Even if the XINMO sect intends to backstab us, by relying on the sect's secret method, this old man can get out at any time. As expected, all kind of risks that are in this game, even if others don't say anything about it, Marshall Uncle himself is aware of them. If I were to advocate to join this plot, some concern and worry would be born in his ear, so much that even doubting me. But on the other hand, as long as I try my best to advise against this matter, because of Marshall Uncle paranoid and suspicious nature, he will go against my reasoning and try to think of a possible solution. What's more, the person who killed Senior Brother Zhao is Ge Huayu. Why should we abandon the easy and seek the difficult, and set for such a strong enemy? In my opinion, it is better not to get involved in this game. But no matter how much I say, the final decision will still be made by Marshall Uncle himself. Why is that guy Ge Huayu to the end is certain that regardless of everything, Marshall Uncle sure will participate in the siege to kill Ge. You are wrong. When Zhao Shi's death spread all over the world, and when you brought back the conclusion that Ge Huayu was the murderer, my Chong Ling Dao and Ge are destined to fight until one of us die. Marshall Uncle words are not understandable. To take revenge, shouldn't we hunt down Ge Huayu? Even if we coerce Ge, it is only to find out the whereabouts of his son, right? What if you found him? Give him a slap to death? After the tiger lost his son, judging by Ge's past, he will not leave the matter at that. If Chong Ling Dao wanted revenge, from the start Ge can't be avoided, and only with his death everything can be solved once and for all. In each and every cause my Chong Ling Dao behavior is extreme, and seek revenge for the smallest grievance, and so everyone call us mad dogs. But is this because Chong Ling Dao disciples are inherently crazier and more belligerent than others? The reason for this, most of your generation don't understand why. You only see the fierce reputation of Chong Ling Dao that makes people fear and avoid us, and many people even act arrogantly, bossy, and domineeringly because of it. But they have never thought about why my Chong Ling Dao is in the state it is in today. Although the great Han 9 demonic sects come from the same origin, however they each inherited different cultivation methods from the original demon sect, and the paths they follow are also different. One Dao, Qing Ming, Supreme Tantra, all follow the great Dao of introspection without relying on external objects, and everyone's eyes what is called demonic sect is no more than a name. XINMO sect, Mo Qing sect, Blissful Temple, all follow the great Dao of 7 emotions and 6 desires, experiencing worldly affairs, but never retire from society, except for their lack of moral code. They are no different from righteous sections as for Bailian Xielu and Qi Liang cult. Although their techniques are bizarre, their underhandedness masks their sheer cruelty. Whether they harm or help anyone is left to the whim of each practitioner. Their sects have forged numerous ties with the imperial court over the ages, which have secretly granted them many favor. Note, it was called previously by Shuoxie and also in Wiki, but it seems we were both wrong. Among the 9 sects, the great Dao of my Chong Ling Dao is truly unacceptable in the world. To restrain and refine the soul, draining the bones to raise the spirit, slaughtering blood sacrifices, and expel the living. Cultivating thousands of mortal souls, nurturing my Dao until achieving the true spirit. Every Chong Ling Dao disciple seeks this path, destined to have an innumerable debt of blood and a lot of dead people, as light as the death of a village and a county, and heavy is the bloody massacre of a city and a country. In the eyes of the righteous, we are nefarious demons with crooked path, to catch us and be punished by everyone. In the eyes of demonic sects, we are also different type of people that walk a shady and crafty path, which is hostile and disgusting. In order to survive, Chong Ling Dao can only rely on itself, on the fellow members of the sect whose lives and souls are tied with the same path, on the madness of doing whatever it takes in battle, and on the ruthlessness of retaliating against the enemy. If anyone dares to harm a disciple of Chong Ling Dao, if he injures one of us, we will kill that person. If he kills one, we will slaughter his clan. This is Chonling Dao rule that has been imprinted on the hearts of the world by the blood of generations over the last 100 years. Only when they are afraid will no one dare to wave the banner of wiping out demons to defend the path and oppose my Chonling Dao and raise a group to attack. Only then can the incident of Taishien's sect during that time not be repeated today. TL note, path is translation of Dao, which is also mean the way. Zhao Shi's death is certainly deplorable, but neither the Taoist master nor this old man is afraid that his revenge will not be avenged. What we are afraid of is that someone openly provokes my Chonling Dao rule and the fear of the blood of the dead spattered on the ground be trampled on, and fear that the people around the world think that my Chonling Dao is weak. So what does martial uncle mean is, this time, Chonling Dao must participate. But it must also be done in our own way. Go and summon all the disciples in the heavenly cave using the ghost domain voice transmission. Su Min wants to kill Gee, then this old man will pour out the power of Chonling Dao to help him, as long as he lures Gee in, whether he is sincere in his layout or plotting against my Chonling Dao. This time, this old man will make sure that the enemies of Chonling Dao will never leave this original demon heavenly cave. Using the ghosts of the two martial uncles as a guide, gathering the power of Chonling disciples to refine the Yin-Chi secret realm. Gathering souls for a battle array and detaining the world. This is the secret technique of the sect, the Toon Locks Thousand Souls Great Formation. Ruyu. The Great Formation will be completed, and you will not need to assist in the latter part of the matter. Go and contact Su Min and give him the Red Road Guide, so that he knows where this place is. I'll wait for him to bring Gee to this secret realm of Dao Harmony. But, suddenly changing the ambush location, if by any chance Su Min doesn't agree, or even walking with Gee, and I can't contact him. With your Taoist skills, this old man believe it will not be difficult to contact Su Min. It's just changing the ambush location. This old man believes that with Su Min's rigorous schemes and deep foresight, he can handle it. If he objects, then it can only show that he is having ulterior motives. Will fellow disciples participate in this formation ambush? Should this matter be concealed from Su Min? No need to. The most important thing is not to deceive each other in a siege, so just tell the truth. After the formation is over, this old man will order the other disciples to leave. Their realm is insufficient. Instead, by participating in this battle, they will become a burden. They might as well go and help their fellow disciples to search for Dao Harmony chances. As you said, if Su Min's plan goes well, he should be able to find the elders of the XINMO sect who support him. This battle strength is enough. Even if Su Min was the only one who came, and with the support of my Chonling formation, it will only take a little more time to kill a single Gee. However, if the situation changes, other disciples do not have the ability to escape from the secret realm of Dao Harmony. Instead, there is risk of them losing their lives. Nevertheless, it is better for only this old man and junior brother Wei, two of us, to stay. That will suffice. As for the Black Road Guide, it is for you. It points to another second-grade Dao Harmony room, which your senior brother Song has just used not long ago. Although you are only mediating between the two parties for contact, in the end it will delay your time for your chance search. This old man is in charge, and this Dao Harmony room can be regarded as compensation for you. Ruyu thanks Martial Uncle. This little girl will go and get in touch with Su Min to arrange the layout. What about compensation? It's just a second-grade Dao Harmony room, nothing more. Compared with Ge Huayu, the benefits offered by the sect really pale in comparison. However, Martial Uncle is willing to take the risk and enter this game, even at the expense of so much fanfare. The reason behind it is so simple that it makes people laugh. No matter how you put it, the so-called rule are no more than a barbarian and tyrant way of slaughter and deterrence. It's really a shame that Martial Uncle can say this without hesitation. It's just that this is the first time I've heard of it. How on earth could Ge Huayu, as an outsider, make such an accurate judgment? Seeking and climbing threads and deducing people's hearts, just relying on the past deeds of my Chonling Dao, being able to grasp the thoughts of Martial Uncle. This person's mind is deep. It seems that it is far beyond my expectations. In dealing with him in the future, I must be more cautious. Senior brother, the great formation will be ready in about 8 minutes. Just as instructed, the power of the formation is now dominated by the soul lock, and even an innate fifth layer master cannot easily leave this formation. But in this way, the soul grinding effect of the cultivation method to kill the enemy has dropped sharply. I am afraid that it will not be of much use in the battle. Chongling Dao innate third layer Wei Ichi. Senior brother arranged in this way. Still, are you convicted that Su Min will not change his sides just before the battle? A defensive heart should always be there. But even if Yuan Xing really wanted to conspire against my Chongling Dao, with Su Min being that cunning, how could he honestly and sincerely cooperate with Gee? The only thing that is worth worrying about is Gee's trump card. Therefore, this formation must be mainly a blockade. As long as Gee can't escape, no matter what his abilities are, this old man can slowly wear him down till he has nothing left. After a while. My lord. Chinger brought her here, and we were very careful along the way, not letting others notice the location of this secret realm of Dao harmony. It's hard work for my Chinger, this time I finally helped. This is indeed an innate third layer puppet. In the end, how did Ge Huayu get rid of it without the slight injury? How strong is he now? It's been 2 hours. I hope you've done everything before you come back. Origin points obtained. Shock, 0.01 points. Yen Ryu. Origin points obtained. Fear, 0.01 points. Yen Ryu. Causing trouble to senior brother by making him wait for a long time, this little girl also rushed back to report as soon as there was a result. I just hope that the result will not disappoint the senior brother. This is my Chongling Dao pulling soul road guide technique. It can use Yin Qi as a guide to imprint the location information in one's mind and pass it on to others. As long as senior brother injects true Qi into it, he will be able to see the place geographical location and internal condition. Martial uncle insisted on changing the location of the ambush, and this little girl really had no way to convince him, so I had no other choice but to follow martial uncle wish. Now my Chongling Dao gathers the strength of more than a half of the disciples in the heavenly cave to set up a formation. As long as Gee steps into that place, martial uncle will immediately block the secret realm of Dao harmony, so that he can only enter but not leave. Martial uncle explained that he would not wait around there foolishly. At most, he would wait for 4 hours. If Gee still did not come after 4 hours, then the siege plan will be abandoned, and Chongling Dao would find another opportunity to deal with Gee. I just don't know if this change of the ambush location, will it affect my senior brother's plan? What the hell, such a big deal? I thought a few people from Chongling Dao at most would ambush. The location of this secret realm of Dao harmony is exactly within the range of Gee's movements that I predicted. It is not difficult to lure Gee to this place, and the presence of this great formation is an unexpected blessing. As for the time, no problem. 4 hours is more than enough. Speaking of which, senior brothers truly have an incredible foresight. This little girl restrained herself as senior brother said, and stated the pros and cons, without deliberate inciting words. Then martial uncle without hesitation wanted to surround and kill Gee. In this way, regardless of whether this matter is successful or not, this little girl will not be blamed by martial uncle. Sure, this is all thanks to the thoughtful senior brother. This little girl is very grateful. Save the flattery. Hurry up and enter the Dao harmony room for the anointment. If it is delayed for a long time, it will be troublesome if there are people nearby. Yeah, right. If you are truly grateful, how come you didn't give me any origin points of positive emotions? This woman, always without overlooking any gap or window to put on an act, saying that she is grateful to me for being thoughtful. If I didn't make such a proposal, would you still risk being suspected and instigate your taipu to do it? There is nothing to be afraid of. With senior brother standing guard for this little girl, how can there be any twists and turns in this anointment? But with such an opportunity, could it be that senior brother doesn't intend to use it first? It's okay for this little girl to go in after my senior brother. Your senior brother had a deep fortune and already had the anointment elsewhere. You can take advantage of this opportunity for yourself, but I will only be here for half a stick of incense, and I will leave as soon as the strong light outside is extinguished, so you had better make your own arrangements. Half a stick of incense? Does senior brother have the heart to do so? Letting your good younger sister to have the anointment all alone, without anyone who can take care of her? Isn't it enough to look after this place for half a stick of incense? If there is no strong light to use as a guide, you also understand thoroughly how difficult to find the entrance to the secret realm of Tao Harmony. As long as your luck is not extremely bad, how could it be possible for someone to come to you? What's more, don't think I don't know what scheme you're up to, I'm just too lazy to expose it. Next, I have to try to lure Gee into the trap. Time is precious and I can't spend too long here. Then for this full half a stick of incense, senior brother must by all means stand guard for this little girl. Don't worry, when have I ever lied to you about what I promised you? My lord is awesome, in just a few words, you can see through a few thoughts of this bad woman. But then again, what dirty trick did she have? How should I know? Either she want to follow and keep a close watch over me after the anointment to ensure that the killing siege will not go wrong, or she planned to continue to please me for more favors, something like that. Even if it doesn't, it's not far off. Huh? My lord is not sure, but still say so confidently. Although I am not sure of her purpose, but I am sure that in Yin Ryu's heart, I have become a person with deep scheming and hard to fathom. After leaving the heavenly cave, she may slowly figure out that something is wrong, but at least for now, if I say a few words casually, Yin Ryu will believe it and will not dare to have any extra thoughts. So the reason why my lord let Chinger accompany her and inquire about what your Taipu said is because you don't want to ask in person and break the illusion of this hard-to-predict image? How can it be for this much troublesome thoughts? It's just to save time. With Yin Ryu's temperament, even if I didn't pretend to be mysterious, she wouldn't dare to do anything out of the ordinary in front of me. Then we just have to wait for the strong light to disappear and force back the opponents who come to this place. After a while, half a stick of incense time is over. It's time for this king to find that vixen girl. What the hell? How come in Yin Ryu's side, nobody found out the place from start to finish? Although it is a good thing that I didn't have to waste time, but it is the same Tao Harmony anointment. Why when I used it at that time there was a monk and a Taoist? It is impossible to generalize about the luck of different people, that's all. Counting the time, the vixen should show up at this place, so I'll just wait. Husband? How could it be you? How could you also be searching here? In this case, there is no gain in the forest ahead? Who said that there is nothing to gain? Isn't the entrance to the secret realm of Tao Harmony in front of you? But it won't take long for people to come to this place. It's not a reliable opportunity. Come, my lady, let your husband take you to find a bigger and better one. Inside the 4th grade Tao Harmony secret realm. The entrance hidden in a sea of fog, a puppet with a peculiar shape. This Tao Harmony secret realm is really different than any information in the sect. Is it possible that this is really? How is it? Seeing is believing. My lady should believe that this place is the 4th grade Tao Harmony room, right? Before, when I asked you to leave that 3rd level Tao Harmony room, you were still a little unhappy. Even if I had told you that your husband had found the legendary 4th grade Tao Harmony room, you would still be dubious now that you're at the door. Does the lady have anything else to say? What husband said, Shinzi naturally believe it. But Shinzi is actually confused. It is not just the Tao Harmony room in front of our eyes. There are also many things that husband haven't yet answered. For example, how did husband find Shinzi? And how did he defeat the puppet? By all rights, this puppet should be at the innate realm 4th layer, right? Well, my lady just think that it's another secret of her husband. Anyway, there are many secrets of her husband that she can't figure out, and it's not any different to have a new one. Strange, why do I feel that Xie Yan's attitude has suddenly changed a lot? As usual, shouldn't you make up some plausible excuses to stuff me? Now with this kind of behavior, it actually feel more and more, being frank. I also know that the doubts in my lady's heart cannot be dispelled in a word or two. But the chance is ahead. Does my lady plan to have the anointment first, or discuss her husband's secret first? Then in that case, Shinzi will go inside first for the anointment, and then discuss the rest with my husband after it is over. This time, I would also like to thank you for the gift of this opportunity. Hey, it's obvious that your heart is about to burst with joy, but you still look so reserved. However, it is only after life simulation that I understood that to get the beauty chi of the vixen, what I actually need is very simple. As long as I put away all the calculation, schemes, games, and just treat her with sincerity, and then wait for the vixen to change by herself. Although the effect of this method is far inferior to the separation of life and death, but as long as it accumulates over time. My lady, even if you don't remember, but your previous request for your husband to succeed in refining your primordial spirit will be achieved one day sooner or later. My lord, should Chinger stay at the side of the cliff and continue patrolling until the lawfully wedded wife anointment is completed? Always take precautions. Although the strong light has disappeared, yet it is difficult to guarantee that no one will accidentally find the invisible chi bridge. Anyway, there is plenty of time. It won't hurt to guard for half an hour. But my lord, you didn't say that on Yin Ryu's side. Although Chinger doesn't like that bad woman either, but my lord, how come this kind of operation seems like the bad man who is good at time management in the matriarch elder sister's book, Ku? I shouldn't have let you read all those messed up romance books, and I don't know how your thoughts became like this. Not to mention the difference in kinship, even if we put aside the relationship between husband and wife, and these two are in the same cooperative relationship with your lord, in the end I will only be guarding the gate for Chin Shinzi, not Yin Ryu. Ku? Why? At first glance, these two people appear to invariably have a personal profit temper, but in reality they are very different. Chin Shinzi's self-interest lies in fight and strive for whatever she can hold in her hands. She is not in the least willing to leave it to others as it should be. After all, she was born in a demonic sect. This striving process will inevitably involve a lot of bloodshed, and the original owner of my body was exactly a sacrificial victim. But what she is fighting and striving for is not necessarily for her own benefit. Perhaps for the sake of the sect, or for the sake of her companions, or for the sake of a long-term consideration, she will not be stingy with the benefits that she has to give up. In the end, what she is fighting and striving for is the right to be in charge of everything herself, that's all. But Yin Ryu's self-interest lies in taking. She is always weighing what she can take and what she can't take, always weighing the pros and cons, always taking advantage of the situation, just to give herself the opportunity to take more. When the same favor is given to both of them, Chin Shinzi will remember that she did not strive for it, and although she may not be able to return the favor, she will remember it after all. But Yin Ryu would only remember that she had taken the thing, and instead of being grateful, she would take advantage of the situation to demand more. The most troublesome thing is that she is also very good at reading people's minds. Do you still remember the reason she said herself for killing Zhao Shi? In retrospect, it may be assumed that she was already suspicious of my identity at the time, and her words may not have been intentionally probing. If the person being confronted is the real dead ghost Thousand Faces, I'm afraid her reason for killing Zhao Shi would have to be a different version. As for what the truth really is, I'm afraid she is the only one who knows. Wouldn't it be easy for my lord to be deceived when dealing with such a cunning and bad woman? Yin Ryu is fearful of power but not virtuous. The more powerful I am, the less she dares to play any dirty trick. If the same tactics were applied to the vixen Chin, it would most likely be a case of tit for tat. Nevertheless, when the interests are aligned, Yin Ryu will be the most comfortable partner, because she is very smart and understands how to play low well. It is enough to lick. As for the disparity of interests, hey, do you think your lord will ruthlessly destroy flowers? TL note, meaning, sharply opposed to each other, with neither prepared to give an inch. Although what you said seems to be very reasonable, my lord, this kind of seemingly thorough analysis ends up being smacked in the face by reality. Doesn't it seem like it's happened before? What nonsense are you talking about? Where did your lord get slapped in the face? By the way, little girl, aren't you becoming more and more fond of undermining someone's plans? Why don't you learn something good, be well behaved, and go patrol? Half an hour later. Counting the time, it seems that the anointment should be over. Within life simulation, the vixen only had less than half a stick of incense of anointment and already let Yi Dao Chi be amazed. I don't know how much more gain will she have this time. Could it be that she will directly break through to the innate fourth layer? It's unlikely to go so far as to do so. Holy shit, such a big movement? Looking at the lady's condition, is it possible that you broke through the realm again? Then your husband really don't know what to say other than envy. This time, your husband specially left this great benefit to my lady, and even on the way to find my lady, I thought about how happy she would be. Even if now, once again, my lady press me down with her realm, I won't be grieved at all. For your husband that will endure hardship gladly. Origin points obtained, joyful, 0.01 points, Chin Shinsi. Origin points obtained, joyful, 0.01 points, Chin Shinsi. Origin points obtained, grateful, 0.01 points, Chin Shinsi. Origin points obtained, grateful, 0.01 points, Chin Shinsi. How come there is still popping origin points? This is the vixen. Do not worry. Shinsi has yet to break through this time, and like her husband, she is still in the innate third layer. But after going through the anointment of the original demon epiphany, I have finally managed to completely change my body. From now on, Shinsi can finally abandon the secret of joy technique and specialize in the maiden scripture to continue the proper legacy of my Mo Ching sect. It turns out that it is no wonder that the vixen suddenly has such a big mood swing. I heard from the matriarch elder sister before that although Chin Shinsi's talent is good, her constitution cannot completely match the maiden scripture and can only be used as a secondary cultivation method. As the direct descendant of the matriarch, but unable to master and cultivate the main canon of the sect, the vixen must be brooding about it. This 4th grade Tao Harmony room is really awesome, even these kind of problems can be solved, and the effect is really magical and can compete with the system. But compared to these, hey, it turns out that this kind of thoughtless and no calculating expression can also appear on this vixen girl's face. After abandoning the secret of joy technique, Shinsi no longer needs to rely on double cultivation to refine and advance her skill and power, so you, my dear husband, no longer have to worry about me being like a tigress. What are you talking about, my lady? When have I, your husband, ever worried about you being like a tigress? If I have, it was merely to sweeten the bonds between us. But now that the anointment is over, I don't know what my lady is planning to do in the heavenly cave next. Now that the most important matter is over, Shinsi intended to practice her cultivation method here for a while, and then wanders around in the heavenly cave, continuing to search. See if there is a chance to meet Feng Yang or other sex members. If the 3rd grade Tao Harmony room that my husband found before has not been yet discovered, it can benefit someone else from our sect. Better not let what we found be used by others. Other sex members. I said how come I seem to have missed something. I was so focused on the Tao Harmony anointment that by the time I entered the Tao Harmony room, Shuyiner was already fighting with that innate first layer group, right? I had completely forgotten about this. Well, my lady must not go to the location of that Tao Harmony room because your husband has other arrangements for that place. However, before when looking for opportunities, I saw Shuyiner from a distance. While I was in a hurry, I couldn't manage to say hello to that girl. But after all, it is a low-level Tao Harmony room, and also it is a melee of a group of people. Even if it can't be grabbed, presumably Shuyiner will not have any surprises or accident. The location is probably in this area. If the lady doesn't have a goal yet, you can look around in this direction. Perhaps you can follow some traces to find that girl. Certainly, it would be better to have traces to follow. Moreover, the terrain in this area is clear. Based on the time when husband saw Shuyiner, we can roughly determine her search direction. Let's do it this way. Husband goes here, Shinsi goes here. We search separately, no matter what the result is. Let's make a big circle to meet at the foot of this mountain, and then we go to other places to look for. The vixen is in a very good mood. Is she suddenly interested? If it is before, she would probably only drop the phrase separate action, right? This time, you and I have picked up a great opportunity. Husband should take the first credit. If we can help fellow disciples in the heavenly cave again, Master will definitely be delighted and happy. When the moment comes, Shinsi will not forget to ask for a reward for my husband when facing Master. Anyway, looking for fellow disciples, your husband will not participate. Although the Tao Harmony anointment has been completed, there is still another important matter that needs to be resolved within the heavenly cave. Husband is not going? Besides the Tao Harmony anointment, what important matter that can exist within the heavenly cave? If husband needs help, Shinsi has nothing to do, so she can help. My lady has just made a breakthrough, so you should stay here and try out your moves first. Your husband is sure that even without the help of my lady, I will be able to resolve this matter successfully. So this time, don't sneak up on me again, my lady. This Yin, odd words. When did I stalk him before? Although it is true that I will exactly do so without letting me help, then I will insist on helping, and I'd like to see what he's mysteriously up to. Fortunately, there are traces that remains on Yan's body from the time of double cultivation, so even if I let him go first for a while, I can still chase after him. Why is it gone? My true chi has been cut off? Impossible. The true chi is entangled in the dual cultivation and goes straight to the origin. Even if husband is capable, it would take a lot of work to pull out the silk and peel back the cocoon. Note, as I understood, to strip and get rid of her traces from Yin true chi, or body, he would need a lot of time. This Yin, his body is completely hiding some strange and weird tricks. He doesn't feel grateful at all when I want to help him, humph. According to the vixen's temper, she most likely will not stay in the secret realm of Tao Harmony obediently. Anyway, even if she come out chasing after me, teleportation magic can travel thousands of miles in a flash, and surely she won't be able to follow, right? To deal with Dao Chi this time, although there is a planning, but in the end the difference in strength is still there, and the situation could be reversed at any time, so it is better not to risk dragging her along. For the same scene, once is enough. Counting the time, Chongling Dao should have already set up an ambush at the predetermined location. It is not difficult to find Gee by relying on the Yin Chi communication talisman, and he can be lured to the secret realm of Tao Harmony by making up a few reasons. Given his concern and care for his son, claiming that Ge Huayu being seriously injured and waiting for help would be the best excuse, right? Why do I suddenly don't have the heart to do so? This is not good. At such a crucial time, I shouldn't be naive and let emotions flare up. Gee is undoubtedly a good father, but I killed his son. For that matter, his hero is my enemy. It is a complete irreconcilable conflict. Moreover, with Daochi's possession situation, I also don't have any method to save Gee. Even if I use the finger of nirvana, I may not be able to drive away or dispel those demonic thoughts thinking about it deeply again. In the case of overreaching myself, finger of nirvana can instead restore Daochi's power. In the face of such a powerful enemy as Daochi, I cannot take any risks. I'm sorry, convenient dad. The cannon fodder on Chongling Dao's side has been found. Next. 100 alcohol breath from Su Min, Fatty Su. Since we worked together happily in the simulation world, now that we're back in reality, you'll be my tool man cannon fodder again. First, I will use your 100 alcohol breath that you left on my body, and try to find out your position. Navigation by the 6 Mara senses, spirit location. Found it. It's just to the southeast direction, and the distance is not too far away. This Tao Harmony room is really hard to find, the gate is hidden, and also the breath is isolated. Among the 5 desires, the desire for touch and the desire for hearing are more conducive to searching. What one loses is for others to gain. I'm afraid that Gee's faction's harvest will be far better than mine. Seeing Vice Patriarch Su's expression, did you miss out again? Do you need me to present several readily available places of Dao Harmony Room locations for Vice Patriarch? This voice is Ge Huayu? After leaving Yudu, I trust you have been well since we last met Vice Patriarch Su. Do you still dare to talk about Yudu's matter in front of this old man? At first, after taking away the cultivation methods, there was no news for several months, and this way you want to trick this old man. Do you really think that you don't have to pay the price? Misunderstanding. I didn't mean to leave Vice Patriarch hanging, but shortly after I left Yudu, I was taken into seclusion by Gee to reconstruct the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires, and it was only until the opening of the original demon heavenly cave that I finally found the time to come and see you. You said that Gee restricted your movement? Why would he do so? Hold on, I see. This guy's in heaven and earth, I'm the only one, isn't really from the original demon sect. To not waste this great chance that comes once every 40 years, it is better to find a way to reconstruct the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires. If Gee has even considered this for him, could it be that he has not really recognized the identity of the fake Huayu? In that case, this old man could make use of it for a while. Anyway, but before that, speak. How did you find this old man? The heavenly cave is vast. It is no coincidence that you are here waiting at the tunnel entrance. Did you put some trick on the body of this old man? Vice Patriarch misunderstood. The person who did put this trick on you was not me, but my junior sister Ryu. In the beginning, she planted a little trick in Yudu. By relying on it, I was able to find the whereabouts of Vice Patriarchs. This time, it is also to fulfill the agreement between you and me to work together to deal with Gee. We Chongling Dao have already completed arranging an ambush inside the heavenly cave. We are just waiting for Vice Patriarch Su to join us. Surround and kill Gee. We. Chongling Dao? Chongling Dao? You say you're from Chongling Dao? Vice Patriarch doesn't believe me? I'm sure you've had your suspicions about my identity. You don't think that I'm just a liar from the martial world that accidentally happened to impersonate Gee Huayu by chance, do you? This true chi is really weird, although it's only a Dao rhyme aura of the innate 2nd layer, yet it makes people feel inexplicably palpitated. If he is a person from Chongling Dao, could there be another mystery to Zhaoshi's death? That's ridiculous. But this. Previously, I could only use Gee Huayu identity and play dumb in front of Vice Patriarch, but now that the plan has been completed, there is naturally no need to hide it anymore. Looking at it now, the yin chi behind this guy is entangled like a substance. This is indeed a technique that only Chongling Dao have. Even if he is not a disciple under the sect, he must be inextricably linked to Chongling Dao. Chongling Dao cultivation method. More than half of the cultivation system is based on yin spirits and ghosts. It would not be difficult to make one's own dantian. Seems like it is shattered and conceal his original sect cultivation method, and it would indeed be possible to conceal it from the Patriarch's eyes. The physical strength of ordinary Chongling disciples can be rated as weak in the same realm, but this person's body-forging cultivation method is unbelievable, coupled with Chongling methods and this strange demonic technique. This person's status is definitely not low, and is probably even higher than Zhaoshi. Very good, Su Min did get shaken. The imposing manner of the true art of Mara and the sinister and strange atmosphere that Qinger deliberately created were enough to make Su Min believe a little more. Because of him being shrewd and cunning, although he will not fully accept this identity, but as long as there is little bit of faith is enough. In fact, no matter what my identity is, it does not affect the agreement with Vice Patriarch. We agreed to deal with Gee together, and now Deputy Taoist Master of Chongling Dao has personally set up an ambush in the heavenly cave, just waiting for Gee to step into the trap and kill him in one fell swoop. If I were only a fake Huayu, I would be nothing more than a small person of unknown origin in Su Min's eyes. Although he will trade with me, but he will never believe that the game I have laid will be secure, let alone attracting people like Shirtaipu into this game. But if I am a disciple of Chonling, the entire Chonling Dao will be the one behind this game. Su Min somewhat believed in my Chonling Dao identity, so the doubts about this situation are somewhat reduced. The rest is to weigh the pros and cons of whether or not entering this game. To lure Gee into the trap, it is naturally Ge Huayu's task. Vice Patriarch Su only needs to cooperate with both Shirtaipu and Wei Ichi martial uncles to kill Gee. This is in line with Vice Patriarch's interests, and you should have no reason to refuse. Since when have you been planning this? Or was Zhaoshir's death also an excuse for you to take advantage of the situation? You dare to send someone to pretend to be Ge Huayu. Could it be that the real Ge Huayu has already? Vice Patriarch has a discerning eye. Ge Huayu is indeed in our hands, but the death of senior brother Zhao was not a frame-up. The murderer was undoubtedly Ge Huayu. It is only that he did not escape at that time, but was captured by junior sister Ruyu and another senior brother. Originally, the Taoist master wanted to kill him to take revenge, but unexpectedly the cause of senior brother Zhao's death was publicized. If this revenge is not avenged, it will tarnish the prestige of my Chonling Dao, but if we want to take revenge, we will inevitably be retaliated by Gee. Such being the case, the sect simply let me pretend to be Ge Huayu to approach Gee and secretly test him, and finally find an opportunity to set up this kill siege situation so that this trouble can be solved once and for all. Damn, Chonling Dao is really a bunch of lunatics. But this makes a lot of things clear. This guy knows little about the XINMO sect. Most of it is the information dug out from Ge Huayu's mouth. Relying on Chonling Dao's treacherous methods, it is not impossible to deceive Gee. Saying it in this way, is it possible that this old man can see through his disguise, which is also the flaw that this person deliberately revealed? The way he deceived Gee was by no means so flawed, but he pretended to be tempted by the cultivation method and got into the palm of this old man. From the very beginning, this person came to lure this old man into the game. There is also the matter of blowing up the black tortoise beast puppet, deliberately leaving flaws, also to provoke a dispute between the old man and Gee. Originally, I thought I could use him to deal with Gee, but I didn't expect that this old man himself to be a pawn in someone else's hand. With such scheming and shrewdness, when did such a person come into existence in Chonling Dao? How much planning has he made in secret? Oh! Even this old guy is already unable to bear but give me origin points? At least this whole act is not for nothing, but why did Fatty Sue get frightened? Origin points obtained shock, 0.01 points Su Min. Origin points obtained fear, 0.01 points Su Min. Since this is a situation arranged by you Chonling Dao, let you solve it yourselves. Why should this old man jump into this muddy water and get into trouble for nothing, and be used by you once again? Is it possible that Vice Patriarch is referring to the incident where I blew up the black tortoise beast puppet? Does Vice Patriarch think that I deliberately provoked the conflict between you and Gee? You still dare to mention this matter? This old man will have to settle this score with you sooner or later. Vice Patriarch thought wrongly. At that time I only wanted to play Ge Huayu's identity well without revealing any flaws, so why would I do such a detrimental thing to others without me having any benefit? If as a result Gee became suspicious, Vice Patriarch thinks that I still can continue to pretend? To be frank with you, the person who sent me to blow up the black tortoise beast puppet was none other than Gee himself. I was able to enter the center of the puppet beast and do my job safely because of Gee's arrangement and support. Vice Patriarch thought that by not entering this game, there would be still a chance to maintain a balanced tacit understanding with the Gee's forces. However, you are unaware that for a long time your opponent has already made up his mind to kill you. If I hadn't deliberately revealed the flaw at the end, I'm afraid that Vice Patriarch wouldn't even know who was secretly harming you, right? Taking a step back, even if you assumed that it was to let me benefit from others' dispute, could it be that my Chonling Dao is willing to make wedding dresses for others? Huayu is already in our hands, and Chongling Dao can take revenge at any time. So naturally we will not rashly take risks in this killing siege. Apart from Shi Taipu and Wei Ichi, two martial uncles, the other Chongling disciples would not participate in this battle. If Vice Patriarch is unwilling to join the battle, at worst the two martial uncles will give up and find other ways in the future. It's just that. When the great gathering of the 9 sects is over, my Chongling Dao can plan and take things slowly, but it's hard to say how much time is left for Vice Patriarch Su. What do you mean by this? During this period of seclusion, Gee revealed a secret to me by receiving the grace of Patriarch Yuan Shang. Gee has already started to practice the desire for thought branch cultivation method. Vice Patriarch Su should know better than me what this matter means, right? Are you saying that the Patriarch has settled on Gee as his successor? This can't be, it's impossible. How could the Patriarch make such a decision? What gives Gee the right to? I don't know what Patriarch Yuan thinks, I only know that I saw the mental fire in Gee's hands with my own eyes. It can't be fake. For Chongling Dao, naturally, we also don't want a man destined for a blood feud to become the next XINMO sect patriarch, but if this matter is irreversible, and our killing siege of Gee fails unfortunately, then at worst, Chongling Dao can lock up Gee Huayu for the rest of his life. Anyway, we have him in our hands, and the Taoist master can eventually find a way to vent the pain of losing his son. It's just that Vice Patriarch Su's side. Not to mention the fact that Gee is really the successor of the Patriarch. As long as word of his cultivation of the desire for thought branch spreads out, how many of those who were following Vice Patriarch Su would still be able to sit still? Given the long-standing grudge between the Vice Patriarch and Gee, if he were to gain further power, would he still spare your life for the sake of you two being from the same sect? Vice Patriarch Su, are you really willing to miss this best opportunity to put Gee to death? Even if you are right, in the end, realm strength is the foundation of one's life. The great gathering of the 9 sects only comes around once every 40 years, so how can this old man take the time? How can you waste time looking for things other than your chance? It is only natural for the Vice Patriarch to feel this way, but it's not like we Chongling Dao didn't take this into consideration. A complete third-grade Dao Harmony room. As long as you agree to cooperate, I will immediately take Vice Patriarch there, and we will start the killing siege game after the anointment is over. The Dao Harmony room that I met the Vixen in early on is exactly the place that is used as bait for Su Min. Before communicating with Su Min, I made another trip there using teleportation magic, and as luck would have it, that place wasn't discovered by anyone. This is the sincerity of Chongling Dao's alliance with you. I wonder what Vice Patriarch Su would like to do. Even if my luck is really bad, and someone finds it during the time I'm bringing Su Min, I still have other ways to force Su Min into this game, although it is more troublesome, but anyway. Su Min, it is determined that you would be my cannon fodder today. Half an hour later, the accumulation of this thoughts of fiery intent is still not enough. I'm too reluctant to use it to launch that move during the plan. It seems that I'll have to stay to assemble and add a few more when seeing other people. My lord, what is this little ball of formless mass in your hand? It doesn't look like true Qi De Qinger. This is thoughts of fiery intent, coming from the true art of Mara ability to collect and gather all living beings' emotions. It is a must for launching a certain extraordinary moves. It is very precious and cannot be restored by finger of nirvana. The plan this time would not have been possible without it. Alas, this stuff is really slow to accumulate. Unfortunately, the thoughts of fiery intent derived from the true art of Mara are no match for the system's emotion origin points, which can only collect other people's emotions in person, and there is a limit, not unlimited accumulation. But there is an advantage as long as it is an emotion. It does not have to be extreme, and this emotion is not limited to be towards me, but even towards other people or other objects, and the judgment is not as harsh as the emotion origin points. Damn, my body stinks. That old fox is still cautious. He didn't want to come with me, and insisted on coming by himself, and gave me such a strong and heavy smell of demonic breath. Even if I didn't practice the desire for smell branch, I could vaguely detect the oddity. My lord, are you really going to give this Tao Harmony room to that sinister fat old man? I now really hope that Su Min's strength can improve by leaps and bounds, so that he can at least pose a little more threat to Yi Dao Qi. In the simulation world, killing Su Min was no different from killing a chicken. Even if we put aside the issue of restraint of the cultivation method, the difference in strength is still incredibly large. Sure, Taipu's combat power is at most on par with Gee, but based on my own experience in fighting Yi Dao Qi, even if Gee were to fight, he might not really pose a threat to Yi Dao Qi. He suffered some losses before, purely because of his arrogance and gullibility exposing a weakness. Now that he has no intention of planning, although I can pull 4 or 5 masters to attack him in a group, yet on the other hand, there is also a high probability that he will have to go all out from the beginning, no longer restraining himself. In a real fight, the outcome is still undecided. 4 or 5 masters. If Chunling Dao only sends 2 people, wouldn't there be only 3 including Su Min? With Fatty Su being that cautious, having specifically left a tracking method on my body, and leaving alone for so long, can't you guess what he's gone to do? The 3rd grade Tao Harmony room you mentioned is in this place? Arrived. This old man have already searched around this area, but I never thought I would miss it. The methods of Chunling Dao are truly mysterious and unpredictable. Kuan Jun and Wan Busi, the 2 innate 3 ND layer elders of Su Min's faction, sure enough, to guard against any trap in my plan against him, Su Min immediately turned his head to bring other people. 2 more cannon fodder, just what I wanted. Vice Patriarch, if I may say so, this boy cannot be trusted at all. Which sect will give away this great opportunity? For him to put forward such conditions, there is certainly a ghost behind him. Asterisk note. The meaning is that there is something fishy behind this offer, but because of the next dialogue, I kept it in that translation. Elder Kuan's words are funny. Isn't it only natural that we Chunling Dao have ghosts behind us? No matter what our intentions are, the Tao Harmony room in front of us is the real deal. If you have any doubts, the 3 of you can check it out. If Vice Patriarch is not at ease, he can let one of the elders go in first and I will stay outside. If there is a problem inside, and worst comes to worst, you can slap me to death. There is no ambush in the secret realm of the Tao Harmony room, and this place is indeed a 3rd grade Tao Harmony room. Unexpectedly, this guy is not playing any tricks. If Chunling Dao wanted to deal with this old man, absolutely not possible to give this gratuitous opportunity of Tao Harmony anointment to help this old man break through. In that case, this guy's words are really credible. Not to mention the fact that the chance of Tao Harmony is now easily at hand. With this strong support, we really have a chance to kill Gee in one fell swoop within the heavenly cave. It doesn't have to be like this. Since Chunling Dao is willing to give out such benefits, if I were to be fearful, wouldn't I be seen as a joke? But aren't you afraid that this old man will act the same way as you did before, swallow the bait, turn around and leave? Vice Patriarch is joking. This is precisely my Chunling Dao sincerity. Where is the bait you are talking about? Elder Kuan was suspicious just now because his eyes were only on the matter of Gee's killing siege. But if we look farther ahead, once Gee dies, the future Patriarch position simply must belong to Vice Patriarch Su. If Chunling Dao can use a 3rd grade Tao Harmony room to form an alliance together with the future Patriarch of the XINMO sect, then it can't be regarded as a huge price. Ha ha ha, that's a lovely thing to hear. Good. This old man will do as promised, and after the anointment, I will join you to deal with Gee, which will be the first step in the alliance between our 2 factions. Then I'm asking Vice Patriarch and the 2 elders to hide their breath and go to this place after the anointment. I'll lead Gee to enter the trap after more than an hour. Very good. This old man will be waiting to complete this sure-to-win situation with you Chunling Dao. Before, he was still overly suspicious, but now when getting hold of truthful and solid benefit, he immediately became emboldened. The kind of person who is afraid of losing his own life in the face of major and great events, and who forgets his own life in the face of small gains, is exactly the same kind of person you are, Su Min. But now that Su Min's doubts have been eliminated, taking this opportunity to improve their strength is also a good thing for me to kill two birds with one stone. Now that he knows about Gee's cultivation of the desire for thought branch matter, presumably Su Min will also target it in his Dao Harmony breakthrough, and I hope he will be able to play a greater role this time against Yi Dao Qi. This is the start of the Dao Harmony anointment? Su Min and the others are really reluctant to waste even a bit of time. Someone came so soon? Looking at that appearance. Is it an innate third-layer master of Balian Shilio? Motherfuckers of the XINMO sect. It's terrific to have so many people. As far as the personnel allocated in this Dao Harmony secret realm is concerned, the disciples of various sects attracted by this red light are considered unlucky. Anyway, it seems unlikely that there will be any other variables on Su Min's side. Taking advantage of Su and Ge's grievances, inviting Chongling to set up an ambush, and pulling the tiger skin by borrowing someone's authority to attract Su Min to this situation. Now that the manpower is complete, the formation has been deployed, the elites of both Chongling and XINMO factions are in the palm of my hands. Without much effort, this game of driving the wolves to devour the tiger is almost complete. All that is missing is the final step leading the tiger into the trap. Strange, all the Yin-Chi communication talismans sent out were received. Why did Huayu not reply? The Yin-Chi traces can only be seen by the receiver, but judging from the time when the transmission was triggered, Huayu should be within this area. Along the way, I have repeatedly seen this kind of dead ghosts and ghost chi manifestation scenes. Apparently, many Yin spirits and ghosts have been active here, and there are even signs of fighting. Could it be? A message coming back. Is it Huayu? Father, this child is so incompetent that I was discovered in the heavenly cave by the people of Chongling Dao. They chased to kill me all the way. They must have used tricks to find this child again and again with such precision that I could not get away from them. Fortunately, this child has found a secret realm, hoping to block Chongling Dao's perception cultivation method for the time being. Father, come quickly. This child was injured by that old Daoist, and ordinary methods can't handle it. I can't hold on. Chongling Dao, how dare you have such big guts? The Yin-Chi communication talisman cannot directly cross from the small world to the heavenly cave, and the entrance should be near here. Penetrate, got it. Inside the secret realm of Dao Harmony. Huayu. Where are you? Don't be afraid, your father is here. Huayu? This is. Very good, Su Min really did not let me wait in vain. Are you? Chongling Dao's deputy Daoist Master Shi Taipu? Gee, this is the place where you will be buried today. Receiving the Yin-Chi transmission without answering, leading Gee to hover in this place for a long time. Although I let Chinger and the 100 ghosts leave behind many traces of Yin-Chi along the way to raise the degree of credibility, yet in the end, unexpectedly Gee didn't have the slightest bit of hesitation. Is this also the mental peg taking effect? Or was he completely concerned about his beloved son and have no time to take anything into consideration? My poor convenient father. I'll hack Yi Dao Qi to pieces to avenge you. Gee stepped into the trap, and presumably would be already fighting with the two martial uncles, although our Chongling Dao has set up a big formation to deal with the trump cards of the mantra of the inner demons of the six desires. Vice Patriarch Su is still needed. As it should be. This old man is very clear about the moves of Ge's cultivation method. I may not be able to defeat him, but it's easy to break his moves. Vice Patriarch must not forget what I said before. Gee has already cultivated the desire for thought branch. His strength must have improved greatly, and I have always had an indescribable feeling of strangeness from talking with him. I always felt that there would be some unpredictable variables in him. Ha ha ha, this old man has been fighting GEE for so many years, unless he's a different person, otherwise it is simply an insignificant improvement in his skills and still won't be able to escape this old man's expectations. Besides, with this Tao Harmony breakthrough, I already have a method to deal with the desire for thought branch. If GEE wants to suppress this old man by using the desire for thought branch, he will suffer a big loss at the critical moment. But then again, since we're all tearing our faces off and are going to start, why are you still wearing this? GEYU's identity is not easy to come by. To put it bluntly, if GEE escapes, I can continue to approach him and plan the next layout. Naturally, I can't use that face in this battle. As for this mask, I'm ashamed to say it, but because I look ugly, I do not like to show my face to others, so I would like to ask Vice Patriarch to bear with me. On the other hand, if you need to hide your identity, I have a few spare ones. No need to. You have the Chongling Dao Sect cultivation method available. Even if you move your hand to fight, you can still keep your identity hidden. I have been fighting with GEE for many years, so my identity will be clear once I strike. So there is no need for this cover-up. Since you want to hide your identity, you don't want to participate in this siege, do you? It's not that this old man is looking down on you, but with your strength, whether you join or not will have little effect on the overall battle. If I can contribute, then it is better to contribute. Vice Sec Master Su, don't underestimate me. Damn, I also want to watch in safety whilst others fight, then reap the rewards when both sides are exhausted. If it were not for me being afraid that as soon as you go in, you would already be foolishly putting pressure on your Taipu, and that before Yi Dao Chi showed his face, you would have exposed the game I set up, why on earth would I mix in to go inside? That's up to you, but before I go in, this old man still need to confirm one more thing. Desire for sight, mental vision. GEE is inside and already fighting with Chongling Dao's people, and the ones that are fighting him are Shi Taipu and Wei Ichi of Chongling Dao. GEE is fighting two enemies alone, and to break their Yin Spirit's techniques, he is indeed using the mental fire to counterattack. Worthy of being the elder of the desire for sight branch, unexpectedly she can directly peek into the small world of the heavenly cave. There is no such move from the start when the system deduced the cultivation method for me, so it seems that what I have mastered is really a monkey version. Anyway, returning to our main topic. There are only 2 people left from Chongling Dao, so they are really cautious. Very good. In this way, the last trace of hidden danger is gone. This old man will bet on this game. After fighting with GEE for many years, today is the day to decide whether to live or die. Inside the secret realm of Tao Harmony. Mantra of 1,000 souls pulling ghosts and passing through the mist. Desire for thought spread of demonic soul, 9 skeletons demonic spirits restraining spirits and eating souls. This move is really weird. Unexpectedly it can bite the desire for touch true chi from my body, even dividing and eating it. This move is really weird. Unexpectedly it can bite the desire for touch true chi from my body, even dividing and eating it. It is rumored that Chongling Dao Shi Taipu used a secret method to refine several different kinds of ghosts, which is called 9 skeletons demonic spirits, and each skeleton ghost have unusually and extraordinary abilities. Now it seems that the rumors are not exaggerated. Mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires is indeed one of the most powerful cultivation methods in the demonic sects. It is a pity that we Chongling Dao people do not need to rely on the 5 senses of the human body. No matter how strong your moves are, they are still nothing more than food in the face of this old man's soul-restraining skeleton. Cut the crap. Where's my son Huayu now? What have you done with him? If you dare to hurt him in the slightest, I will definitely make you Chongling Dao pay in blood. Your son is inside the Dao Harmony room, and this old man have severely wounded him with my own hands. Now he is already crippled. If you can get past me, you may still have a chance to see him one last time. Son? It turns out that this is how Su Min lured Gee to come here. But it's not just him, including you. None of your Ge family can escape today. Both of you will be buried with Zhao Shi. Old bastard. I'll crush you now, and then go rescue my son. Desire for Thouch, spread of demonic soul, incarnation of the demon of attachment. Clones to defend against the enemy? Is Gee trying to? The Tao Harmony Secret Realm's radius is only 1 li, but the Yin Chi communication talisman is incapable of going out. These two people looked as if they had already been waiting to ambush here. Judging from the interval of receiving the message just now, the person who answered the message would never be Huayu. Note, 1 li equals 500 meters. A trap. Even if Huayu had been captured, it would only have been much earlier and not at all here. I must leave from here first, gather the men and attack Chongling Dao, so that it is possible to have the ability to rescue. This is? To abandon one's son and flee for one's life on the spur of the moment is truly a feat of great skill. Or have you already noticed that Ge Huayu is not here? Either way, it doesn't matter. This old man did not try to block your retreat from beginning to end, because from the moment you stepped into this place, no matter how many ways you have, there is no way to escape. This old man and my junior brother used our life origin Yin spirits as a foundation to set up this tomb locks thousand souls great formation. Once this formation is completed, the soul locks are connected, and thousands of souls are bound together. Even if you die, your soul will not be able to break the chains and leave this place. I have long heard that Chongling Dao's tomb locks thousand souls formation is extraordinary. Now that I've seen it, it really lives up to its name. Su Min? How could you be here? This kind of fierce, murderous, ghostly chi, and this kind of power that restrains souls and resentment, really makes the trapped person unable to break free and can only obediently fight to the death. It was you? You've colluded with Chongling Dao and deliberately ambushed me here. That Yin Chi communication talisman was your handiwork. Gee, you have been shrewd all your life, but in the end you trusted the wrong person, and in the end you ended up in this situation. This time you will surely die. The great patriarch's position will be mine. Since you have arranged this game, why is Vice Patriarch Su unhurried and coming so late? Even more, what nonsense are you discussing with him? Let's just do it. Huh? What is he talking about? That's exactly the point. Vice Patriarch, 2 elders, let's go. Chongling Dao has already started. Is it possible that the XINMO sect will fall behind? True art of Marath Hellflame demonic body, desire for touch, shield manifestation. The realm of this XINMO sect's disciple is not high, but he did not hesitate at all to act. If Su Min has other plots, it is impossible not to explain to his companions in advance. Is this guy really risking his own life? Knowing that Gee is now like a trapped beast in a deadly fight, he still dares to rush ahead alone? If he is in danger, there is no Waisher type who will sit back and watch. It seems that the XINMO sect, Chongling Dao, does not have any extra scheme, so we can go all out too. Kill Gee. Kill me. You should also have the ability to do so. This move will be solved by the old man. You keep attacking. Desire for smell spirit extinguishing breath. It is not difficult to resist the poisonous breath of that ignorant old man, but a split-second gap is sufficient for Shirtaipu to break the incarnation of the demon of attachment. These two people should have no friendship before. Unexpectedly now they have the same goal. They can cooperate with each other. Furthermore, with Kuan Ling and Wan Busi always following Su Min to fight against me for many years, they are already familiar with each other's methods. If it were only them, there would be nothing to fear, but Chongling Dao's methods are crafty and deceitful, and impossible to defend against them ** effectively. With Chongling Dao being around, ready to use any underhanded means available to them, I can't focus my full strength on any one of them. Note, refers to Chongling Dao's methods refers to either the 3 XINMO elders or all the 6 attackers. In addition, this annoying guy. He would only pounce around like a ghostly shadow, and there were no other moves, but contrarily, this move unexpectedly can pass through my body, instantly taking away the gathered true chi, forcing me to have no choice but to reuse my art again. Is this a method of Chongling Dao? But why does it have somewhat of the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires as reflection? Kuan-Ling? Damn, I couldn't pursue and attack you just now. Do you really think I can't kill you? Courting death. Desire for smell transformation. Catch. Divine essence snatch, sucked away. Su-Min? How is this possible? From the beginning to the end, I was on guard against the desire for sight branch method, and my eyes never met anyone. Is it Wan Busi? When did she have this kind of move? Furthermore, there is also Su-Min's new move that restrained the mental fire. Did they make a breakthrough in their cultivation methods with the Dao Harmony Anointment? Desire for sight, inner illusion of the twin pupils. Get the hell out of my way. Ji's true chi is already in chaos, and the poisonous breath has entered his body. Take advantage of this time to make a move together and finish his life. Poisonous breath? Demonic spirits? Do you think you can rely on this tricks to kill me? At worst, I might as well lose my cultivation. Let's see who dies in the end then. This place is. One moment of thought. Time is up. It's time for this king to accept your body. Hold on, what you promised me has not been done yet. And now Huayu is still. This king accepted your conditions, but it's only a little more convenient in order to inherit your memories and to avoid the loss that will be caused by your overly dramatic resistance. But there is no need to think about that now. You are foolish enough to step into a trap prepared by others, and such a dangerous situation is also a problem for this king. By dragging this on, your physical body will be more seriously injured. Even if this king undertook this task, it's hard to say what are the odds of success. As matters stand, there is no other choice, but some would choose this. At least let me save Huayu. No, help me to save Huayu and keep him safe. You promised to. This king promised you that I would ensure your son's opportunity and protect his life. It's just that. Once I take your body, your consciousness will gradually scatter in the sea of consciousness, yet this king needs to work hard to backtrack. In the end, the whole thing may not be received completely in the end. Losses are inevitable. Since it is so, why should this king help you? You. Dao Chi, you are a backstabbing scumbag. I will not. Disappear with peace of mind. In order to break this situation, this king should go all out. Maybe I can kill Su-Min in the process and fulfill part of the deal. As for what's next? Myriad transformation demonic body? Impossible. How could Gee master this ultimate great style of desire for touch branch? This power is far superior compared to before. It seems that Gee is using his real trump card. This strength, this momentum. No mistake, it is Dao Chi who was forced out. Very good, the tide has turned. The great me can finally prepare to leave the field. Is this your strategy? By only relying on this, you want to kill me, Gee? And you, whose realm is low, your methods are somewhat interesting. Which side are you from? Su-Min or Chongling Dao? If you agree to be loyal to me, I can spare you. Hey, the mask was really taken off. Fortunately, I was prepared long ago. As long as I destroy my facial features, no one would be able to recognize this face. Listening to Daochi's tone, does he still want to pretend to be Gee? That's a good plan, but you'll have to ask me if I'll give you the chance. You. Who the hell are you? How could it be possible for the ordinary desire for touch branch method to grab and catch me? Gee shouldn't have this strength to do that. I remembered, there is a record of you in the secret records of the sect. You are. Run. He is not Gee at all. Gee's body had been taken over by someone already, and the person who took over was none other than the XINMO sect Daochi, the former patriarch of the XINMO sect, who was killed by Patriarch Yuan, has come back from the dead. Daochi? Daochi? What nonsense is this guy talking about? What is this secret record of the sect? How could Chonling Dao have records about the former patriarch? However, myriad transformation demonic body just now is really not something that Gee can master. This guy said before that Gee words and actions are different. Is it possible that it is truly? What are you waiting for? Get out of here. If you don't believe me, think about what I said before. The proof is. Shut up. What a tremendous and powerful body. Unexpectedly, this king mental fire is incapable of completely burning him to ashes in a short time. Daochi, your fire is not good. It can't burn me to death. Origin points obtained anger, 0.01 points. Daochi origin points obtained shock, 0.01 points. Daochi. Unexpected joy. Actually, I was able to pull out some extreme emotions, but I'm still a long way from being able to unleash that move in a complete way. Time wait for no man. I can't wait. If it is not complete, it is not complete. Let's use other methods to make up for it. Putting this aside, let's die first. Noisy. The physical body is good, and it still can maintain its complete form, but unfortunately, the vitality has completely dissipated under the burning of the mental fire, and it is completely dead. Did this guy just died like this? To be able to keep the bones of the deceased body from disseminating under the burning of the mental fire, only this fake Huayu's strong flesh body that have this ability. It couldn't have been some kind of true Chi clone or another dummy. This. No, now is not the time to think about that. That look. Can't be wrong. He really is that person. Withdraw quickly. Let's leave this place. Miscalculation. Once this guy died, Su Min believed in him a little bit more, and now it's useless to try to hide my identity. There is no need to ponder the source of the information. If Su Min leaves the heavenly cave, he will definitely inform Yuan Sheng about it. Once Yuan Sheng becomes suspicious, the recovering plan of this king will be at risk of being shattered. Damn it, the power of this myriad transformation demonic body is almost equal to that of this old man. It simply cannot be broken in a moment. Vice Patriarch, what is going on? Why did you decide to leave all of a sudden? That guy said Daochi? Isn't this the name of the previous patriarch? What does it have to do with Gee? What's happening? That's a silly question. Open your eyes wide and you'll see that this group that prepared this ambush to besiege and kill, you changed from being hunters to become the prey. Su Min, what is this all about? Where did this talk of taking over the body come from? When did Gee get involved with Daochi of the XINMO? How many things are you still hiding from my Chonling Dao? Apparently, the guy Gee Huayu has not yet reported his suspicions back to his sect. He can see through such a secret at a glance. He is indeed worthy of being an outstanding person. But after all, life is like a mustard, and there is no escape from death. Sure, Taipu hasn't reacted yet. I can't let him have time to think about this matter. Chonling Dao's method are unique. If by any chance they have a method to withdraw, they will leave this old man, and undoubtedly we three people will certainly die. Essence of the 5 dragons, conflagration of the glorious dragon. I can't explain this matter in a few words. Just assume that Gee has received Daochi's inheritance, and his strength has greatly increased. Right now, we have the upper hand in numbers, and our way out is blocked. Let's have a fight to the death, and kill him with all our might. 9 skeletons, demonic spirits. Humph, you have set up this game, but you have made such a mistake. Wait until GEE is resolved. This old man must settle this account with you. Dark Ghost Spirit Extinguisher. Set up this game? Who is he speaking of? Is it me? It's like this again. Could it be that the person who arranged this is not your typoo himself? There seems to be something fishy about this, as if some link is inexplicably misplaced. Damn it! I can't take care of this matter now. First, I can only put it off until later and go all out. Human skin pouch from the dead ghost 1,000 faces. It turns out that this is the feeling after using the incomplete version of this trick. My true chi was totally scattered. My strength and vigor feels hollow, if it were not for depending on the finger of Nirvana. I'm afraid that even within a whole day or two I wouldn't be able to recover to my peak state. Finger of Nirvana. It's the same resurrection technique, Chen Huang's thriving of the 3 scourges difficulty, although so long as there are enough animals made from the animal difficulty, and the 8 difficulties demonic chi is not exhausted, one can be resurrected almost infinitely, but because it is a resurrection in a borrowed body, all martial art of the whole body besides the 8 difficulties demonic technique will vanish like smoke in thin air. In contrast, my Mara rebirth method is still more flexible, with only relying on some of the remaining of my own flesh and blood, then I can rise again on my own, and my martial arts can all be preserved. The only unfortunate thing is that the activation of this move requires the consumption of accumulated thoughts of fiery intent, the emotions of other people in their presence, not limited to the 4 types of human emotions: happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy, which is actually a lot bigger in emotion range compared to the 8 difficulties demonic chi, intense anger emotion in the presence of other people. If the thoughts of fiery intent are not enough, then it will result being in a weak state after the move is completed. Fortunately, Finger of Nirvana can still be used to make up for it. In addition, the separated flesh and blood also needs to be specially cultivated and nourished with thoughts of fiery intent to be useful. Moreover, it is hard to survive for a long time. If it is not used, it will be scrapped in one day. Now that the thoughts of fiery intent are exhausted, it is impossible to play the resurrection again in this battle. It doesn't matter though. Now that Yi Dao Chi has already appeared, and after revealing his identity, in reverse order, Yi Dao Chi have no choice but to trap the 2 groups of people inside. Offensive and defensive exchanged, the situation reversed. One side is seeking to kill the others to prevent them from divulging the secret. The other side is seeking to get out of trouble. Everyone will do their best, and both sides will suffer in this fight. Chinger's perspective, and I have already successfully escaped the battle with fake death. As long as I stay out of the matter and wait for the results to be played out, then I can benefit from others' dispute without a hitch. My lord, the fight inside is so intense that bad guy Yi Dao Chi is still incredibly strong, yet the others combined can barely hold their own against him. Your lord is watching. Chinger should be careful. The Yin Chi inside the secret realm of Dao Harmony is rich. Normally they, as a group of people being in the middle of a fierce battle, can't notice you, but just in case, don't get too close. Chinger understands. I'm now worried that this group will simply be wiped out without even being able to seriously injure Yi Dao Chi. Then I'll have to settle for the second best and start the backup plan. Taking advantage of the great gathering of the 9 sects being still not concluded, and spreading the news of Yi Dao Chi snatching Ge's body, when the moment comes, all the disciples of the XINMO sect will spread this weird news back to the sect. Perhaps Yi Dao Chi will have his hands full just dealing with Yuan Sheng, and most likely won't have time to investigate Xie Yan, right? However, the safest way is still to physically destroy him and avoid future troubles forever. After all, if there is no witness, it is still unknown whether Yuan Sheng will believe it. If a single random rumor can completely bring down a vice-patriarch, the martial arts world would already be in chaos. Next, let's see how far the Anti-GE League can fight against Yi Dao Chi. Inside the secret realm of Dao Harmony, half an hour later. Chongling Dao's methods are treacherous, and that old fox Su Min knows a lot about this king. He has even secretly cultivated the deadly demon manifestation and nearly fell from his Dao. This battle was dangerous and unpredictable, but although the cost is high, in the end. Note, as I understood, in the simulation when Su Min used this move he couldn't stay alive, but now he's still alive. Damn, just a little short of. Just a little more than we can. Seizing the body in the middle of the fight, your 3 soul heart locks will inevitably be unstable. Now there is only one last step left. If there is one more person to help, you will not be able to escape the ending of your soul flying away and scatters. Even if you could see through this king's flaws, without the strength to deliver the final blow, in the end it would be futile. As a result, it is still you who are dead. I didn't expect that even after solving Chongling Dao, this tomb locks 1,000 souls has not been lifted. It seems that the formation is linked to the yin qi of this place. If I want to break it, it will take at least 1 stick of incense of time. Although their immortal souls have scattered and their mortal souls have returned to earth, and their desires and thoughts are no more, at the moment, my injury is grave and the consumption is severe, so I will make use of them to recover for the time being. Burning with mental fire, could it be that you want to refine the corpses in this way to restore your power? If I were you, now that the overall situation has been decided, I will definitely leave this place immediately and find another safe place to adjust my breath. After all, you can't be sure that more people won't come here to surround you. If you don't leave, but instead refine the corpses on this spot, it can only indicate that even if Chongling Dao's people are no longer here, the Tomb Locks 1,000 Souls Great Formation is still effective on your body. Very good, there is no need to prevent you from escaping from here, so I have one less thing to worry about. All that remains is to find a way to break the last of your 3 soul heart locks. Despite the change of clothes and hairstyle, this feeling. Yes, there is no mistake, you are that kid just now? Your corpse part has been refined and absorbed by this king. Could it be that you also took over the body of someone else? Who are you after all? That's very perceptive, but what's the point of asking? Of course I am. Someone who wants your life. You want this king's life? What a big tone. So speaking of it, you are the one behind this killing siege layout? Why do you know this king so well? Innate 3rd layer Dao rhyme breath. It seems that this is his true strength. It seems that previously he was hiding behind his clumsiness. Do I have to answer if you ask? If you want to know, it's simple. Accept death obediently, and when your 3 souls scattered entirely and about to disappear, I don't mind letting you understand when you become a ghost. Boasting shamelessly. True chi body condensation. This method is completely different from his previous one. Anyway, it's clear that there are 2 condensations, but he is only relying on this one to fight. Speaking arrogantly, but in reality he is still testing. 6 desires transformation style, will fire barrier, that's fine. Now this king still needs myriad transformation demonic body to mend my injuries, and it is best not to be impacted by strong moves. The longer the battle is delayed, the more the body of this king can recover. The offensive of this true chi body condensation among the innate 3rd layer can be considered to be pretty good, but it is straightforward. This sword condition is fast and meticulous at the same time, but it lacks the improvisation of a living spirit. It may not even win against an average innate 3rd layer, much less this king who is an innate 4th layer, even as seriously injured and weakened as I am now. I've been underestimated. But it's just right, continue to underestimate me. The Wolfire is designed to restrain true chi-shaped transformation. No matter how strong the sword is, the moment it touches, it will burn away 40% of its power, no matter how much of this kind of attack comes. The offensive of the true chi body condensation became stronger. Unexpectedly, this sword strike pierced through the Wolfire of this king. Oh, not right, it's this king mobilizing of the Wolfire that decreased. The operation of the desire for thought true chi seems to receive some kind of interference, and it's difficult to have a pure desire, resulting in the will fire being congealed and not released. Startled. Not good. This. Primordial spirit self-destruction. After being upgraded to the innate third layer, the improvement in the destructive power of the flowery primordial spirit is simply the most negligible point, and the real power lies in the significant enhancement of its characteristics. Xie Daoyun's Buddhist characteristics, unexpectedly even Yi Dao Qi, this kind of exceptional innate fourth layer can be influenced. Facing this sort of cultivation method as the mantra of the inner demons of the six desires that use the desire as a core, so much so that it can disturb the true chi operation and prevent the release of moves. Of course, this has something to do with the fact that Yi Dao Qi has been seriously injured. Xie Daoyun exploded. Miss Yin, it's your turn. Being bombarded like this, it is impossible for Yi Dao Qi not to have lingering fears in his heart of the flowery primordial spirit, so it is time to move on to the next step. Damn it, this true chi body condensation is strange. Just now this king was aware of the abnormality, but I almost couldn't even think of dodging it. If it not for being in a matter of life or death and putting forth myriad transformation demonic body to guard against it, I wouldn't have been able to withstand this self-destructive strike with my seriously injured body. However, the repair of myriad transformation demonic body was forcibly interrupted, and now that the true chi is going in the wrong way, this king's internal injuries have become more serious instead. Coming again? He is really not giving this king any chance to recover. This kind of true chi body condensation itself is not something to be afraid of. The biggest threat to this king is the kind of strange influence that can make people calm and have no desires and no demands. That being the case, it is the best strategy to deal with this kind of true chi body condensation by attacking from a distance with a myriad transformation demonic body that has no self and no thoughts. So far, this person is staying put without doing anything. It seems that he has made up his mind to use the true chi body condensation to challenge this king and constantly consuming my power while waiting for an opportunity to make it self-destruct, preventing this king from healing. Luring others into a trap, driving true chi to defend against the enemy. You want to kill this king, but you hid behind and dare not face any risks. A scheming and calculating person, it's actually the way a nasty person acts. It's just that. This kind of prudence will turn out to be the cause of your defeat in the end. Smack down. This is the two types of true chi are blending, swallowing, and eating each other unexpectedly. Myriad transformation demonic body suffered a big hole so easily by a strike. Was this guy intentionally concealing his trump card? Or did these two true chi body condensations have their own methods? If I hadn't released myriad transformation demonic body to defend against the enemy, I'm afraid that this king would have been hit again. But in the end, it's still hard to escape from this king's grasp. 6 desires transformation style, desire for touch heart burning furnace. Unexpected, isn't it? Your true chi body condensation can devour myriad transformation demonic body. This king can also use the will fire to refine true chi. In the end, such mutual aggression as fire and water is still about which side is more powerful. You want to use the true chi body condensation to consume this king, but in the end, it were only refined by me, and instead helped this king recover his power and body. If you had not been overly cautious, greedy for life and fearful of death, this would not be the result now. Without relying on the primordial spirit, I alone can get rid of you, this old monster who is an arrow at the end of its flight. It's too late. If you had struck together with your true chi body condensation, this king might have had to find another way to divide and conquer. But with you alone, this king can kill you with no effort at all. Appear. Stupid, I'm exactly waiting for the moment when you refine the primordial spirit and continue using myriad transformation demonic body to deal with me. This How can myriad transformation demonic body be out of control? Instead, it completely flowed into this guy's body. Changing shape. Everlasting dominating fist, myriad transformation demonic body. Use your injured body to receive my move. Will fire barrier, block it for me. No. Dissipate, bulge. Show up. Myriad transformation demonic body is a masterpiece of the desire for touch branch. After all, it was barely enough to be able to control, and it was still too much, also only giving a single powerful strike. In the end, I was nearly injured by the recoil force. First, he was seriously injured by the siege, and then lost the body protection of myriad transformation demonic body. Unexpectedly, this punch still failed to turn Yi Dao Qi into ashes. But judging from his aura, his corporeal body is crumbling and his Dao rhyme is dissipating. His life is hanging by a thread. Although the last of the three souls' heart locks should be broken no matter what, but to be on the safe side, must I immediately destroy the physical body, forever without any issue. That's all. After all, it's the body of the convenient dad, and at this stage, the outcome is already decided. For the sake of all the fleece I've taken from my convenient dad, let's leave him in one piece. Having said that, it was really thanks to the evil god Primordial Spirit's trump card, one twin body, two characteristics. Even an old monster like Yi Dao Qi could not have expected such an outrageous ability to exist, right? If the ability of Miss Yan's Primordial Spirit is assimilation and erosion, then Xiao Yao's Primordial Spirit's characteristic is a further control and redirect. As long as another person's true Qi has been eroded and assimilated by Miss Yan's Primordial Spirit, Xiao Yao's Primordial Spirit can seize control of it and redirect it against the original owner in a short period of time. It's great for sneaking up on people and stuff. Note, Xiao mean little. The only problem is that once Miss Yan's Primordial Spirit has been transformed into Xiao Yao's Primordial Spirit, there is no way to change it back, and the flowery true Qi consumed cannot be retrieved, which is essentially a self-destruction method in disguise. And compared to the behavior patterns of the other two primordial spirits, Xiao Yao's Primordial Spirit is obviously much more lively. Is it possible that even this could be influenced by the original owner? I'll have to consult with the inheritance elder when I have the chance. Is that the soul of Yi Dao Qi? The three souls are separated from the body, and the vitality is lost. This old monster must be finally reaching his end of the road. That's fine. It saves me from having to decide whether or not to destroy my convenient father's body. Hovering, How come there are only two soul lights? Isn't it supposed to be three souls, heaven, earth, and man? Could it be that? Damn it! Miscalculation. Innate withering of 100 flowers x10. In the end, the sword that destroy and scatter the bones to ashes will still come out, so I shouldn't have hesitated. It wasn't in time. The classic villain's mistake of to forget sharpening one's knife. I never thought it would happen to me too. Sure enough, there should be no mercy on the battlefield. But in the final analysis, it is still Su Min who is to blame, saying that breaking the three souls' heartlock will solve Yi Dao Qi. This information. Desires Zai's forbidden style. Desire for thought locked demon body. It's really not reliable at all. The Dao Rhyme aura that Yi Dao Qi is emitting has dropped to the innate third layer. Is this some kind of method to restore the condition at the cost of lowering the cultivation realm? Now he is also at the innate third layer. In spite of everything, withering of 100 flowers can't break through his Willfire shield. The Willfire restraint on true Qi is really outrageous. Never mind, originally before coming here, I never thought that Yi Dao Qi could be killed so easily. Anyway, now I'll just continue to execute the original plan, that's all. This Uncle's strongest trump card haven't been revealed yet. Oh? You don't recognize me? It turns out that you are someone Gee knows. How could a disciple from the Mo Ching sect intersect with Gee? Also, how could you know this king so well? When all is said and done, what is your origin? Is having the finger of flowery swords makes one be one of the Mo Ching sect people? If I use the true mantra of the culmination of the North Star later, you will not say again that I'm from the Taishian sect, will you? Come on, make your move. Let me see how much our fallen dog Patriarch E has left in him. How arrogant. The fact that this king was forced to use this method of soul locking to extend one's life is no more than the result of a scheme behind one's back. Now that I have recovered from my injuries, even if the realm has fallen by one layer, how hard would it be to kill a junior like you? This trick again? You're not tired of using it, I'm tired of seeing it. The true chi of myriad transformation demonic body has long been assimilated by the evil god's primordial spirit. So long as it is touched by Xiao Yao's primordial spirit, it can seize control of it at any time. Especially now that Idaochi's realm has dropped to the innate third layer, the time of Xiao Yao's primordial spirit controlling that true chi have greatly improved. Just let you beat yourself up. There is another myriad transformation demonic body? Do you think the same method can still work on this king? Just now, after you used myriad transformation demonic body to strike back against this king, soon afterwards the true chi by itself overflowed and scattered, returning to this king control. It goes to show that your method is also incapable of completely taking and incorporating this king's true chi for your own use. Having only seen it once and finding a way to break it, Idaochi's insight is really vicious, worthy of being an old monster for many years. This guy's total amount of true chi is more abundant than I can imagine, and a big move like myriad transformation demonic body can also be casually split into two. Xiao Yao's primordial spirit can still control one, two is obviously not possible. Should I release Xie Daoyun's primordial spirit and continue to wear him down? When all is said and done, this guy is a great expert in playing with emotions, and after him being ready to defend his consciousness, it is unlikely for the Buddhist characteristics to affect him again. Better to forget about it, and save some flowery true chi. At the moment there is not enough origin points for Finger of Nirvana to restore true chi, and will need lifespan. What's more, with a sharp weapon in mind and a killing heart, I'm all too eager to try out how strong that fighting style really is in real combat. Come on, Idaochi. Don't disappoint me. True body of Mara, realm of fiery thoughts. Since the realm of Patriarch E has fallen, I will not take advantage of others' difficulties, and I will also drop my realm to fight with you second layer against third layer. If you lose this battle again, you will have to let go of your obsession and go to your next life. Everlasting dominating fist. Deadly demon incomplete appearance. Do you think that this king doesn't know that your real ultimate move is not based on true chi cultivation, but in your body forging cultivation method? It's ridiculous that your punch can't even injure an incomplete deadly demon, and you want to defeat this king with it? Really wishful thinking. Even without myriad transformation demonic body, if I want to kill you, this king still have plenty of methods to do so. Will binding net. Life and death speech judgment. 6 desires transformation style will life severance. Generally, all methods of resurrection from the dead need the transfer of the soul to be effective. Before using the will fire to burn his body, his soul must have escaped in advance. Now that his soul is trapped in the net, and with the impermanent death judgment, this king don't believe you can still live again. Wait, this is a clone? Such a clone that mixed the false with the genuine. This is the illusory bodies by the combination of the 6 desires of the XINMO sect. 6 Mara clones. Using the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires method in front of this king? It is simply displaying one's slight skill before an expert. Origin points obtained shock. 0.01 points Idaochi, very good. It seems that the method of the XINMO sect succeeded in stirring up Idaochi's mind, and also provided me with origin points. Remarkably, this time, Dao Chi, this old monster, actually gave me some origin points, albeit pitifully few. It mustn't have been easy for the system to farm him, extreme emotions and all. The system really has a knack for turning people's emotions into origin points. However, thoughts of fiery intent of the true art of Mara doesn't care if the emotions are extreme or not, so long as they are emotions, it will do, no matter how awesome Dao Chi is. It's impossible to completely control his emotions without fluctuations. This is also the reason why I didn't release Xie Daoyun's primordial spirit. Once the Buddhist characteristics are activated, thoughts of fiery intent won't gain anything. Of course, Finger of Flowery Swords cannot be used at the same time with the true art of Mara, using the true body of Mara. Even if I release the primordial spirit in advance, it will soon dissipate by itself. As long as I have enough thoughts of fiery intent, then I can ignite the 4 spots of fiery thoughts nodes behind me, using the desire for thought to flame and making the 5 desires flourish, strengthening one's body. This is the new move of the true body of Mara, the ability of realm of fiery thoughts. When all the fiery thoughts nodes are ignited, my strength will be strengthened to a realm beyond imagination. Until then, let's first use these methods to let you broaden your horizons. True art of Mara held demonic flame. Demonic flames, clones. In addition to this indefinite death replacement method, why is this guy's cultivation method so similar to the inheritance of my XINMO sect? Indefinite will incorporeal sound. Is it possible that he is the current heir of the desire for thought branch? 6 desires transformation style soul shattering inner demon. I thought that after advancing to the innate, Mara clones had become a lot resilient, but I didn't expect that Dao Chi still had a method to destroy it. After all, my true art of Mara is only at the innate 2nd layer. To beat Dao Chi, this kind of long-standing old-aged monster, is still too much to expect. Isn't it too inflated? Self-control. Self-control. Next, I have a big one for you. True art of Mara heavenly phantom plane. This feels similar to the continuous transformation of one thought. Is it also derived from the same method of desire for thought soul refining? He had even mastered this move. But this place is the 4th grade Tao Harmony Secret Realm. Why does he know about this place? The host body puppet of this king was destroyed. In that case, this guy has already obtained this place opportunity. Hidden secrets are exposed, and the escape route is cut off. No matter how profound and reserved your mind is, it is impossible to suppress the emotional fluctuations. Origin points obtained shock, 0.01 points Daok. Origin points obtained shock, 0.01 points Dao Chi. The next step is to dutifully contribute for emotions in this fantasy realm, and turn it into nutrients for the continuous strengthening of the true art of Mara. Desire for thought fantasy realm? Although this move can replace all things and recreate heaven and earth, it cannot reduce the strength of the one that received this move in the slightest. This king is still trapped in the great formation of Chongling Dao, yet you still use this fantasy realm to imprison me. Isn't it unnecessary? However, using this fantasy realm scene, do you want to disturb this king's mind? To make me realize that you and the people behind you have already found out everything about my original arrangement? Speaking of it this way, that betrayer disciple Yuan Sheng must have been involved. When he killed his master and usurped the throne, if he got the information from the real body of this king, it is indeed possible to set up this plot. This old monster is quite capable of brainstorming. But no one in their right mind would guess in the direction of simulation rebirth. It saves me the trouble for him thinking of that martial arts fanatic patriarch of the XINMO sect as the man behind the scenes. Patriarchy is overthinking. I only changed the battlefield because I did not want to be disturbed by Chongling Dao's formations. The exchange of blows just now made me realize that against an expert like you, I am afraid I will not be able to win if I do not use my